Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Hi! You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So, we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see if I get it?
Good afternoon. My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we're excited that you joined us for today's webcast. We're thrilled to have this relationship with IndianaSRN, and we're excited to show you the game of the week each week, showcasing some of the best small college football around the Midwest. We hope that you'll continue to watch and let us know what else you might want to see. You can go to www.heartlandconf.org to see stats, game recaps, and other information around the league. Until then, enjoy today's webcast.
University
Good afternoon, everyone. It is College Football Saturday here on IndianaSRN. This afternoon, it'll be the Beavers of Bluffton looking for their first win of the year. They come in at 0-5, 0-2 in conference play. They'll be hosting the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman. They come in at 2-3, 2-0 in conference play. Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Also by Burtner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Troy Dergowski, Jarrett Lewis with you, and of course Sean Kroll will be with us in a couple of moments, and our sideline reporter for this afternoon. It is definitely a fall field today. Did you happen to notice that he has his really nice warm jacket on? We don't get all the jackets that they get it for some reason, but listen, it's a football afternoon, and we're seeing two teams kind of heading in opposite directions, and today Bluffton, they've got to get a win.
Yeah, they really do, and being on your home field, it's homecoming also. There's a lot of festivities going on around the stadium this afternoon, and a lot of people are bundled up, not just us, even though we're up here in the press box. Everybody outside sitting in the stands, they're bundled up this afternoon. It's really the first day that we've had that's been chilly like this. All the games that we've had, whether it's been high school or in the HCAC, we have had, we've been pretty blessed with the weather so far. So we'll see if that plays a factor in this game. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll change up anybody's offenses tremendously. But this is a really good offense for Rose-Hulman, and now Bluffton in back-to-back matchups has to deal with some of the two best offensive teams in the HCAC.
The only difference I would see in the weather today, and it's something that we were out earlier, is the wind is really, really blowing hard today. And the field goes north and south. The wind is really kind of coming from the west, and so maybe the kicking game will be a little bit affected.
Yeah, it could. It definitely could. And also, you want to know just how good and how ready you are to play if you're a team like Bluffton too, and you got to be able to get those any sort of factors kind of towards the side. Forget about the numbers and the records and how good and smart Rose-Hulman is coming onto your field. Just throw that all out the door and try to capitalize on some mistakes, put Rose-Hulman in some difficult positions to keep this game close throughout.
We'll talk about the Fighting Engineers and the Beavers coming up in a couple of moments. As we mentioned, Sean Kroll is on the sidelines for us again this afternoon. We need to get that weather report because I know he had his ankle taped earlier. It's probably a little bit sore. You might have seen that in our earlier Twitter, but I think he's feeling okay, Sean.
Gentlemen, I am ready to go. It is cool down here on the field. Winds are 12 to 13 miles per hour out of the west to southwest. It is 52 degrees here in Bluffton, Ohio. Some other games on the docket today in the conference. Hanover is at Manchester. Mount St. Joseph is at Anderson. Defiance is at Franklin. And like we said, it is homecoming here at Bluffton, and all the fans are out. And it is a tale of two haves and have-nots in this conference. As Mount St. Joseph, Franklin, and Hanover, as well as Rose-Hulman, are all 2-0 in conference, where Manchester, Anderson, and Bluffton, as well as Defiance, are all 0-2. So some of these teams hoping to get off the schneid and get a victory in the conference column this weekend. Back to you, fellas.
All right, of course, Sean will keep us updated on the games going on throughout the afternoon in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Let's go ahead and talk about these two teams. We're going to start with Rose-Hulman. We had a chance to chat with their head coach earlier, and they really played three very good teams at the beginning of the season. They go to DePaul, they lose that one by 3. They play Trine, they lose that one by 1, and then maybe the best team in the MIA and Albion, and they lost that one 49-17. They get into conference play. They go to Anderson. They won that one 45-7. They beat Manchester 48-14. And in those two games, and you alluded to this, they're putting up some big-time numbers on offense.
Yeah, they sure are. 45 points against Anderson, 48 last week against Manchester. Their non-conference schedule, we're starting to see, this is our second year covering this conference, but we're already seeing just how good schools are outside of this conference and in Division III or NAIA or wherever these schools end up playing against. But DePaul, you lose by 3. Albion, you lose. Albion, you get blown out. But the Trine game, you lose by 1. We learned that they were leading for most of that game up until the fourth quarter. They lose their second-string quarterback who had to make the start in that game in the third quarter. So their third string has to come in. Things start to fall apart a little bit. They end up losing that game by 1. Rose-Hulman could very well be 4-1 coming into this ball game. So the 2-3 record doesn't at all reflect just how good and solid this team is. Not just offensively, but defensively. We love looking at the numbers offensively, especially. They average 365 yards of offense per game, and it's very balanced, too. Yeah. They have a tremendous running back in Grant Raperta, who is right around 64 yards a game. They have a couple of other options that they'll throw in there, too. But with Miguel Robertson, their quarterback, a tremendous and super smart junior, he's taking care of the football, over 200 yards passing per game this year, and there you see the rest of his numbers, 9 touchdowns. This is just a well-coached team, first of all. There's plenty of weapons for Robertson. They are super balanced offensively, and that's why they're averaging right now 46.5 points in conference play.
Yeah. His top weapon, you talk about a young man that's having a great year to this point.
Yeah, 38 catches for the junior Daniel Hury and 7 touchdowns as well. He can also run the ball. So, with these weapons, we even saw it last week, guys that are typically wide receivers, you want to get these guys the football in any way you can. So if the scouting report from your opponent says, this is the guy, we got to take care of him. We got to either have a safety, shade over and make sure he's covered as well as we can. So as an offense, you respond to that with, okay, let's put him in jet motion. Let's get him a sweep. Let's get some quick hitters out to him. Let's get the offensive line pulling out and lead blocking, setting up some sort of smoke screen with those weapons that you have, and that's exactly what you have in Rose-Hulman. Hury with 38 catches, and then 2 other guys that he's going to be targeting this afternoon who have 15 catches or more.
The Bluffton Beavers, as we mentioned, looking for their first win of the year. They were beaten last week on the road at Hanover, 63-21. Really what they've got to do, and they've got a couple of players. We're going to talk about them here in a couple of moments. Andre Price, who is one of their top players, is going to have a big game today if they're going to win. And you look at Andre right there and the numbers he's put up so far this year.
Andre's having a really good year, 21 catches. You see there, almost 300 yards. And his quarterback, Blake Ryan, who's just a sophomore, he had to play last year as a freshman too. So, you're in your sophomore season. You're becoming much more familiar with the system and with the guys that you have. Price is an upperclassman. He knows how to ball out and play to the best of his ability. They really threw the football pretty well last week, and you put 21 points up on a good Hanover team. Ryan was 23 of 47 for almost 300 yards passing. But along with that, if you want to beat a team like Rose-Hulman, you got to do things kind of what Rose-Hulman doesn't, and their offense is super balanced. Bluffton didn't have that last week. They didn't have a very good running game. They do have a solid option back there in Malik Tucker. They have a backup that is going to help them out as well if Tucker starts to get bottled up. They have some options offensively, but it really comes down to defense. You give up 63 points to Hanover, just so many total yards. It does come down to the defense, especially against Rose-Hulman. It's really 2 tough back-to-back weeks for Bluffton in the HCAC.
And when you look at the Bluffton defense, as you mentioned, giving up all those yardage, their key player might be their joker linebacker, Carl Foster. Not a big guy, but he's an impact-type player.
Yeah, really good numbers. Look at the number of breakups he has. That's huge because, you love a DB who you mentioned he's in that joker role, so he can move around just a little bit everywhere. He's going to be able to crash down and make tackles on the run, but he's also going to be able to play good defense against the receivers in the secondary. So you love seeing that breakups number. He's a ball hawk. He's going to try to set up some turnovers at least, if not get one for himself. That way he can set up the offense in good territory.
The one thing that Bluffton has not been able to do, and you've alluded to that too, they haven't been able to run the football this year, 105 yards. Now, a lot of that has to do with being behind in their games and being forced to throw, but they've got to find a way to run the football today and keep the ball out of Rose's hands. You talk about that explosive offense they've had in those first 2 games, but one way to alleviate that is to be able to run the football and use that clock.
That's exactly right. The offensive line has to come up huge, I think, for Bluffton in this game. Set up good holes for Tucker and Stoner, who are 2 tremendous backs for Bluffton. Set the tone early, too. You know, if you decide to receive the football here to start off the game, you're looking for a good drive. You want to set the tone, do everything you can to allow this homecoming crowd to get behind you and give you as much momentum, as much confidence as they can for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, you mentioned all those targets again for Rose-Hulman, the captains meeting at midfield, and generally the team that wins the toss. Nowadays they defer. It used to be a long time ago we would go ahead and take the football, but the way it is now, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the opening kickoff coming up in a few moments right here on IndianaSRN.
Hey folks, good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official, and welcome to Friday Night Football powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment, or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick, scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Back here in Bluffton, let's go to Sean Krull, who has more information on the other weapons that are down on the field, too.
And now, fellas, you're talking about Daniel Hury, who is the leading receiver for Miguel Robertson this year. But let's not forget the fact that Adam Ty-Saliu, one of the other wide receivers, second team All HCAC the last 2 years. Jalen Hobbs, though, number 4, is the one to watch. Special teams player of the last year in 2021. Also the indoor and outdoor sprint MVP, and set 3 Rose-Hulman records in football and track last year. So tons of weapons for Robertson to go to today.
Makes me wonder if we'd see the telemetry sports on him today, right?
Oh, yeah. He may break the record for the top speed we've seen so far. No doubt about it.
Well, Rose-Hulman is going to get the football first, and we'll see Miguel Robertson here in a couple of moments. We'll get a look at their starting lineup here as well, so just hold on for that as we're ready to get our HCAC Game of the Week underway. A beautiful day, other than a little bit chilly, and a windy day as well. As you see, Jake Baumgartner ready to kick this one off, the senior out of Toledo. Rose again looking to go to 3-0 in conference play here this afternoon, and we are now underway. It'll be a short kick, and there will be a return from about the 12-yard line. And speaking of Hobbs, there he is right there. 30, 35, 40, still on his feet. 50, 45, 40 up the left sideline. One man to beat. He's at the 10, 5 touchdown. And how about that? Hobbs with the score. And what a way to open things up here for the Fighting Engineers this afternoon.
Right on cue. I think Hobbs was listening to us.
Wow.
That was very Tony Romo-esque. We could sense what was going to happen. Could have predicted that before it happened, but the setup, you could see it. The kick return setup that they had at the 35, 40-yard line. I mean, they had this planned out, return left, Hobbs' speed. Hopefully we see a telemetry sports replay on that kickoff return.
So now the extra point for the Fighting Engineers, and they are on the board, 7-0.
At 14:47 in the first quarter.
Well, I think that most of the crowd is shocked. I'm not shocked because Sean gave us the information, but I'm shocked the way that it came out so quickly, huh?
Props to Sean, I guess. He's the guy that sees the future a lot with us gentlemen at SRN.
Man, what speed the afterburners once he found that lane down the sideline. Well, you talk about getting a spark for your football team to open a game, huh? Nothing more exciting than that, is there?
That's exactly it. And Rose being able to do that, and on the other side for Bluffton, that is the exact last thing that you wanted to see to start off this game.
We're going to head back down to Sean here in a couple of moments, but now Bluffton will get the football, and this will sail into the end zone for the touchback, and let's go to Sean.
Well, you know, guys, that's called preparation and being ready for any moment. I just kind of had that feeling, and so went with my gut. What can you say? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. But that wind is going to make a difference in this kicking game, as you've seen already.
Brings up Beaver first down on the 25.
Tick down just a little bit, but we'll see what Bluffton can do here on their first offensive possession.
Yeah, look at the replay on this touchdown, and that last block, of course, helped him get to the end zone. And what a way to start there again for Rose-Hulman. So now Blake Ryan, fourth in the conference in passing, will get the ball for the first time here this afternoon. Tucker, his setback man in motion. They'll fake the handoff and intercepted at the 22-yard line. And a return at the 5, a pick six touchdown. Wow. What a start for Rose-Hulman. Special team score. And now Riley Roberts with the interception and the return for a touchdown. And it is a already magical day now for Rose-Hulman. Wow. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
Exactly. We've run 22 seconds off the clock, and we're about to see the 14th point already.
The kick is a line drive kick. It is good.
Kick is good.
And Rose-Hulman on top of this one, 14-0.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
White cell to kick it off.
Okay, I know you're pretty young, but I'm pretty sure at your age you haven't seen a start to a game like this. Watch this interception.
I have not. In Roberts from Center Grove High School, Greenwood, Indiana area we're very familiar with. I don't think, I mean, you said it over the break not too long ago. If you're showing up late to this one, do not, don't think twice. That is indeed the score.
There will be a return outside the 25, and Bluffton will get the football. I would imagine, they're in a little bit of shock right now, because I think most of these fans here for homecoming are kind of wondering what just happened.
There's got to be something in the air going on. If we see we're probably going to see a run here. That would be my guess. If we see a fumble on this next play, that's return. I mean, that would be just unimaginable.
Imagine Rose-Hulman would like that. He had one man on the field too many, so Bluffton will start with the run. Here's Tucker. Tucker crossed the 30 out to about the 33, so they run a safe play there.
That's a really good looking play too. Tucker just bursting right through.
The ball carrier, pick up about 7.
That hole opened up the line of scrimmage. Good for 7.
Tucker,
second down and
295 yards rushing this year. He is 6th in the conference in rushing. He can also receive the football as he is undercut across the 35 near the 36. And Tucker, by the way, has 14 receptions on the year as well.
Tucker, the ball carrier.
And the first down carry.
Beavers.
Malik Tucker had 10 carries last week, good for 56 yards. So a pretty good, yards per carry mark. You're going to want to see more of that this week.
Ryan to throw, and the receiver hit immediately. Looks like that is going to be Locklear on the catch, his 6th reception of the year. And he's going to be shy the first down. It'll be second down at about 2.
Pickup of 8 on the play.
Yeah, Locklear is actually number 8 on the team in receptions, but he's getting the start this afternoon.
Andre Price, the lone receiver to the left. That's where they're going to go. Price gets a step on the defender, then dropped it. He had a step on Tice Miller, the corner. He had one-on-one coverage there, and the ball was there, but Price unable to hold on. Take another look at it.
That was a well-thrown ball, though, by Ryan, and perfectly placed. Even the defender falls down. That's going to be a touchdown. Would love to have that one back.
So third down and short. Handoff, and it's going to be a first down. Good effort there by Tucker to get into Rose-Hulman territory. Near the 48-yard, take that back, at the 47-yard line of Bluffton territory.
Yeah, second effort by Tucker. Got hit initially was going to be short of the sticks. But that's what he gives you. He's a really good after the contact type of back.
So first down Beavers. Ryan to throw, airs it out near sideline, and unable to make the catch on the near side. That's going to be Behringer. Well, they're really challenging those corners.
Bring up second down and 10.
They really are, and Ryan does like going to Behringer. Last week they hooked up 5 times for 94 yards and 2 scores. And right off the bat, I mean, this had to have been something that the offensive coordinator and Ryan and the rest of the offense were talking about. We think we can beat these guys, the DBs.
Big hole over the right side down the 40-yard line. That's going to be Tucker on the nice run for the first down.
Tucker picks up the Beaver first down.
After the magical start for Rose-Hulman, now Bluffton moving the football. After that pick 6, Ryan coming back. He'll throw out in the flat, and then the ball in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, Taviano, that was awfully close. I think it was incomplete, the right call. But I do like that play call too. This is the Bluffton offense we've been seeing. You have either Tucker or Stoner in the backfield. You want to try to move those linebackers around, so you kind of fake a little mesh, throw that quick hitter out there. You'd love to connect on a couple of those plays in this game.
Trips to the left. One of those is Taviano. He'll be the H-back to the left. And looking to throw his Ryan near side. Ball caught. Tucker out of the backfield. It'd be shy of the first down. But Tucker, huge weapon already in this opening period of play for the Beavers.
Tucker with the reception. Bring up third down.
Chris
and
McLaurin
two
is back in now for Bluffton. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. They had a 3rd down and 2 just moments ago.
Tucker tied for 2nd on the team in receptions as the running back, so he is a great option out of the backfield.
Man in motion, left to right. Tucker's going to get the call again. Cuts back up, and I don't think he got there. He got hit pretty hard by Devin Cobb and driven back, and I think they're going to say it's going to be 4th down and still about 2, and Beavers may just go ahead and go for it right here.
Tucker, the ball carrier.
I think you're right. I mean, you might as well. You're in kind of the dead man's area. It's not going to matter if you punt it.
All right, Bluffton,
you're only going to push Rose-Hulman back 10 or 15 yards.
So a big 4th down and 2. Quarterback option and the pitch, and they're going to lose yardage here as Tucker goes down. And he gets stopped, and let's go down to Sean.
Fellas, Bluffton looked really good offensively there. I like the play calls going deep.
Result of the play is turnover on down. Going to bring up Engineer first down.
Also the offensive coordinator. He came from North Carolina Wesleyan, so you know this offense is going to have some wrinkles to it. We can see that early on.
All right, thank you, Sean. And Miguel Robertson, 74 of 115, 862 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a 64% completion percentage. He'll throw near sideline, bobbled, caught, and then driven out of bounds on the near side. So already opening up with a 10-yard strike and a 1st down.
Adam Taisalia, one of those guys that Sean was talking about, one of the top 3 weapons Robertson likes to throw to.
Throw this time out to the other side, 50, and brought out of bounds. It's going to be Daniel Hury, who, by the way, leads the team in receptions.
On the year for Hury, that's number 39. Quick hitters here, too, for Rose-Hulman. This is what we're talking about. When you have these type of weapons, get the ball to them quickly, and they weren't set yet.
Yeah, they had movement on the right side, so that'll back them up 5 yards. And a stack formation on that right side, on the trip side. So now it'll be 1st down and 15.
Going back to that 4th down play for Bluffton, I think it was a decent play call. I think what Ryan has to do is he looked really hesitant. If he was he needed to initiate the defender a little bit more, get closer up to him. He didn't really make the defender commit, and that's what allowed him to break off and go after Tucker on the pitch.
That's going to be Grant Ruperta on the carry.
On the play. Bring up 2nd
Gets
down
a couple of yards.
13.
He's 5'10", 210 pounds, and a junior. 4 wide, split even to each side. Robertson to throw. Down the middle of the field. Has a man, ball caught, and another 6 on the board. The touchdown by Hobbs.
Well, it took a while for that route to develop.
Touchdown Engineer.
But, I mean, Hobbs, he's Tyreek Hill. That's the first guy that comes to mind. Such a clean pocket for Robertson. Another look at it. I mean, he has all day to throw. And when you have all day to throw and you have a fast guy like Hobbs, who's a superstar on the track, you can put together plays just like that.
Extra point is on the way, and it is good. As Rose puts 7 more on the board, they lead it 21-0.
My name is Brittany. A little thing I love about the Egg White Grill is the toasty English muffin. It's toasted perfectly. It's just a little crispy, but not like hard crispy, but just crispy enough that when you bite into it, everything is perfect.
My name is Curtis, and I love the Egg White Grill because the egg itself, it's like soft and fluffy, like a pillow. I wouldn't eat my pillow, but I'd eat the Chick-fil-A breakfast egg white sandwich for sure.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
Sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Back here in Bluffton, it is homecoming for the Beavers, but right now it is all Rose-Hulman with a 21-0 lead. We'll go to Sean here in a moment, get some updated scores from games that are going on in the conference. Saul Beamer on the return inside the 10, looking for a lane, 25-30, and brought down at the 40, but a nice return. Let's go back to Sean.
Fellows, this isn't the only game early scoring. Mount St. Joseph up early. Cornell Beecham Jr. with a touchdown run. And Manchester with an early lead at Hanover 7-0. We'll keep you updated.
All right, thank you, Sean. Blake Ryan bringing the offense. Had a good drive going. But then that fourth down, unable to convert deep in Rose-Hulman territory. So they'll get the ball for the third time. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Ryan will fake the handoff. RPO near side, ball caught. Gain of about 5 on the reception. That'll be Chris McLaurin on the catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
McLaurin with the catch.
So far, it's been a lot of that RPO-style offense where Ryan is meshing with Tucker Stoner, and he's got his option. He's got such a good quick release, too. If he's open in the flat, get it out to him as quick as possible.
They'll work it off the hash mark to the right side. Ryan out of the shotgun. They'll hand it off. Big hole, 50, 45. It's going to come back, though. There's a penalty flag. Open field tackle inside the 15-yard line. But guess what? Where that flag was thrown, I believe we're going to bring it on back.
Cover the ball carrier. We have a flag on the play.
It's such a bummer, too, because this running offense is already looking just as good as it did last week. A huge hole. Stoner actually got a bump from one of the defenders that gave him a little jolt forward and allowed him to keep running down the field. Unfortunately, first penalty of its kind called on Bluffton today.
When you get a big play like that, that hurts. Stoner, the carry, the sophomore, 212 pounds.
That brings up 2nd down and 15 for your Beavers.
He is 9th in the conference in rushing, but bring it back all the way to the 35-yard line. Trips left. Stoner gets the carry again. He gets stacked up, maybe a yard on the carry there. So not a whole lot of running room on that left side against Rose-Hulman. So now you're looking at 3rd down. They have to get to midfield for the 1st down. Trips left. Single receiver to the near side. He has lone coverage on that side of the field as Ryan to throw. Fires. Ball caught. 1st down. And more at the 45-yard line. Andre Price on the reception.
That was huge. I think Ryan was looking at Price the whole way.
Price with the reception.
No one was really close to Price either. You're not going to be able to see it in the frame, but that's a well-thrown ball right over the middle linebacker. Perfect timing from Ryan. A huge conversion on 3rd and long.
So 1st down Beavers. Ryan will look to throw again. Looks left, now right, heaves it high in the air. This one is up for grabs, and it will fall incomplete. That stage, Cummings was looking for a flag, but defensive back did a nice job getting his head turned around, and so Bluffton trying to get something big on the first down play.
We'll see. With all the throws downfield from Ryan so far, we've seen 3 deep balls of 20 yards, 25 yards or more. We'll see as the game goes on if they start to change up the routes a little bit, if they start running some more hitches, some more comebacks, if the DBs are up on the receivers.
Handoff, and the run there by Stoner once again. He'll get a couple out of it. Running up the middle's been a little bit tough here for the Beavers in their first period of play.
Going to bring up Beaver 3rd down and 8.
So now you're 3rd and long, which is one of those situations you'd like to stay away from. This time trips to the near side. Blake Ryan will now look to the sideline as that wind continues to blow and see how that might affect the kicking game throughout the day today. Ryan. And, boy, that one tipped and nearly intercepted. Coming up strong was T.J. McCray, and if he hits that one in stride, you would have had your second pick 6.
Bring up Beaver 4th down.
Riley Roberts and one of his counterparts came in on a blitz right there. You see him coming through the middle. I think if Ryan goes more towards that side of the field, towards the left hash instead of throwing it towards his right, he may have a better option with Price. They had a lot of space to work with on that end of the field.
Jake Baumgartner will kick it away now for the Beavers. Kind of a knuckleball kick. It will take a bounce in favor of Rose-Hulman as they'll get the football back with a 21-0 lead here in this opening period. Want to remind you, today's game brought to you in part by Industrial Sales Associates. They've been an electromechanical component of manufacturing representatives for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for years. And the penalty will be added to the kick right there. Want to say good luck to all the teams during the sports season. If you need more information about Industrial Sales Associates, contact them at 317-546-1900. So after that penalty, Rose-Hulman will take over. 2 touchdowns within seconds. A kickoff return by Hobbs, and then the pick 6. And then they get down the field, score another big time, and now lead at 21-0 as they'll run it over the left side. Referee's getting in there quickly as Ruperta on the carry. Put it at about the 32, and their hurry-up offense now trips to the right. This puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Empty backfield. Throw out in the flat. Ball will be caught by Weary, and he's going to get up the sideline. And, well, I'll tell you what, if you don't tackle him right away, he's going to get extra yardage, and he did so as he steps out of bounds at the Bluffton 47.
So good with their footwork.
Makes it an Engineer 1st down.
Get it out quick, just like we said. Good blocking down the field, too. And here, just that little jab step put the guy on the turf, and now they'll do the same with Hobbs.
Yeah, Hobbs near side, tries to cut back. It's grabbed there at about the 41, maybe 42-yard line. You know what's amazing about that? You look at Hobbs, he's only, 160 pounds.
Pick up a 7 on
here he is only 155 pounds.
Bring up 2nd down and 4.
And now they're on the same side on the right as, again, Rose hurry-up offense. Again, ball thrown out in the flat. It'll be Heary on the catch, and he's going to get a 1st down as he goes out of bounds near the 34-yard line.
They could run these plays all day, it looks like. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, and the defense doesn't get a chance to get any new bodies out there, and if they want to go fresh, they cannot do so or make any adjustments, as Rose will carry the football maybe a yard or 2 on that one. Not a whole lot that time for Ruperta.
Ruperta, the ball carrier. Pick up a 3 on the play.
So we're looking at 2nd down and about 8 on this one. Just over 5 minutes remaining here in the opening period of play. Robertson pumps, then rolls and throws it short, intended there for Hobbs. Tough throw that time for Robertson, rolling to his left and throwing with his right arm.
Bring up Engineer, third down.
He has a little bit of a different style of throwing.
It's his first incompletion, too, after 7 attempts.
Watch him next time. Does it look like he's kind of throwing 3/4 instead of over the top? So it'll be 3rd down and long. As he looks to roll, has time, throws it to the sideline, has a man there. It is caught and touchdown. Another score for the Fight Engineers as they got Ty Saliu with the reception. I believe that's his 4th touchdown reception of the season. And it is all Rose-Hulman as you take another look at it there.
And you saw the pump fake trying to get some guys in the secondary to move around, and actually a double move, I think, with Ty Saliu. They had Hobbs, I believe, running, kind of finding an open space in the zone and just settling down, but with a clean pocket again for Robertson, he was able to throw that double move in there and throw it towards the end zone for his big body, Ty Saliu, to go up and get it.
Reberg with the extra point. It is all Rose-Hulman here in the opening period of play, leading at 28-0.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Fellas, something's interesting as we watch the kickoff here from Rose-Hulman. People think of prestigious academic universities like Harvard and Yale, and their sports programs aren't as good, and yet Rose-Hulman went undefeated in conference last year, and they've put up this number of points already. They're getting athletes. You think about it, the #1 engineering school in the nation that doesn't offer a doctorate, and the starting salary of Rose-Hulman graduates, highest in the Midwest. Yet they're still getting this talent to compete at this level, the D3 level. That's very impressive for a school.
It really is. Yeah, we had a chance to talk with Sean, did the head coach, talking about the student athletes they get. I mean, they're probably not as smart as we are, but they're up there. First down.
I would say the complete opposite.
First down now for the Beavers. They'll run the football. This will be Stoner. Stoner will get a couple of yards there, and actually good second effort will get him an extra yard.
I mean,
Stoner on the carry, pick up about 3. Bring up second
is
down
the definition
of
of student athlete. Just the degree that these guys are at in their academics. Sean noticed so many guys on the dean's list, so many guys over a 3.5, close to a 4.0 GPA, and now another interception, although there is a penalty marker down.
Flag on the play.
That would be number 2 if it holds up. Is that TJ McCray there to get the interception? But we're waiting now to see what the penalty flag is right at the 40-yard line on the opposite side.
That was actually Rashard Brown, and I think the initial signal I saw was a holding, so it may have come before the ball was even thrown. Yeah, they're going to mark this off. Brown may have gotten a hold of the intended target. Brown, his accolades are up there too. He was first team and second team all HCAC the past 2 years.
You know, you have failed to mention, and I bring this up about the academic side, that all 3 of us had a 4.0 in college. You never bring that up.
A 4.0 combined between all of us?
Yeah, all of us.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Every year, too, by the way.
On the 39.
So it'll be first down, football at the 39. Big break there for the Beavers, and Ryan will throw again. Near sideline, ball will be caught and finally drugged down near the 46-yard line is Behringer.
And that's a Beaver first down.
First time he's been able to hook up with Behringer, and he wanted to go deep again. For the fourth time, he wanted to heave it downfield, but Behringer, like we kind of alluded to, we could see more comeback routes. You know, the Beaver receivers starting to come back more towards the quarterback.
Cummings in motion. Ryan to throw, fires over the middle, ball caught. Nice catch by Behringer at the 30-yard line. Now, we have seen Bluffton do this a couple of times here today where they get down into Rose-Hulman territory and then the offense sputters.
And now this is where you got to finish off a drive, right? You're at the Rose 30. You're starting to feel it. Ryan has been looking really good in the pocket. He's made some terrific throws in between defenders.
Yeah, he's got a pretty strong arm. Oh, a little razzle-dazzle here. Throw wide open inside the 10. Touchdown for the Beavers. That'll be Chris McLaren. And how about that? Beavers go into the bag of tricks and get 6 on the board.
You love seeing these type of plays. Everybody crashes down. I mean, there were 8 guys that came after the line of scrimmage. Crashing down, thought it was going to be a run, and then no one found McLaren. It's a good way to put your first points up on the board.
By the way, we still have 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter as Baumgartner will come in to attempt the extra point. Kick is on the way, takes a big curve, but it is good. And Rose-Hulman leads it 28-7.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want. Well, exactly what you said a little bit ago. They got it down to the 30. They needed to put points on the board, and that's exactly what Bluffton did. Erie, one of the 2 players deep now for Rose-Hulman. It'll be a short kick. One of the upbacks will take it at about the 21-yard line, and he's across the 30, still on his feet. He is tough to bring down. He gets a nice return out around the 40-yard line. That was Lance Shelton, one of the backup running backs there for Rose-Hulman. Let's go back to Sean.
Fellas, a couple of fun facts. You know, I really like what I see from Blake Ryan. He's thrown for over 600 yards over the past 2 games. But Shelton, for Rose-Hulman, part of the concrete canoe team. And that's exactly what you might think it is. They have to build a canoe out of concrete for a competition in the Midwest of civil engineers. So how's that for your grade point?
And stays afloat.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah, for sure.
First run of scrimmage there for Ruperta on this drive.
And this may not make any sense, but Shelton looks like, the way he's built, he looks like a concrete canoe. If that makes any sense at all. Just his stature, just a hard guy to bring down. We saw on that kickoff return.
Ball caught near side by Hobbs, and he'll get to the 46-yard line. Let's see, I'm trying to think the last thing I built with concrete. I guarantee it didn't float. So. It'll be 3rd down at about 4. Rose-Hulman now stack trips to the right side. And they'll run the football up the middle. That's going to be a first down. Ruperta once again on the carry, gets into Bluffton territory.
Brings up an
Well, this
first down.
hurry up, they know exactly where they're going. They just get right back to the line of scrimmage. Trips right. And a quarterback will keep it. Robertson on the carry, puts his head down near the 44. And Bluffton unable to get any substitutes in there to give them a break. Beavers work with a 3-man rush against Rose-Hulman. Handoff once again. Not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard or so. Looked like that might have been Ruperta again.
Ruperta, the ball carrier.
Ruperta's runs so far aren't crazy. He has 4 of his 6 runs are 2 yards apiece.
Again, stack trips to the right. Robertson rolls, finds his man, first down. And looks like he went out of bounds on the far side. On the reception.
The reception brings up a first down for the Engineers.
Look like Huey once again. So they'll put the football at the 35-yard line. First down for Rose-Hulman. Over the left side, gain of about 3 on the carry. And that'll be Ruperta once again.
Ruperta, the ball carrier.
Bluffton finally able to get some fresh bodies in there up front.
Yeah, they brought 3 guys off just right then. This offense is going so quick. They're about to snap it at 23 seconds on the play clock.
Robertson looks to throw. Now he's going to take the sack. Lose some big-time yardage back to the 39, and he felt it coming.
It's a coverage sack. It's pretty good towards the back. Robertson was looking deep, and for the first time, the offensive line breaks down. Finally, Bluffton's able to get a good play that goes in their favor, and now they have Rose in a 3rd down and long situation once we head to the second quarter.
That'll do it for one. Rose-Hulman leads at 28-7.
How do you prepare for a future that will be different than anyone can imagine? At Bluffton University, the answer is through the Bluffton Blueprint, a foundation which creates a core of resiliency. Featuring both traditional classroom learning and experiential components, the Bluffton Blueprint pushes you to look at your major and future in unexpected ways. With a 98% placement rate within 6 months of graduation, the Bluffton Blueprint provides a framework for life. Schedule your visit at bluffton.edu.
I know. Illinois.
Hi, I'm Darius Spokey. I'm from Sydney, Ohio. I'm a math education major here at Bluffton University. So becoming a Scholar Mentor, I was really excited to go on the great adventure. Being able to be around the first-year students here at Bluffton University and see them grow and meet new people was really exciting for me. We were in the national park and we actually got a hike to a waterfall. We also were able to hike up to the highest point in the Smokies. It was a great time in Klingman's Dome. As we started looking out, it's a weird sight to see. I have a big fear of heights. And looking out, I was almost kind of scared, but then I realized I'm not going to have another view like this in my entire life for the most part. And I just had to take it all in, and especially with Bluffton giving us this opportunity. So for the second experience, we actually were going ziplining. And going in, I was really nervous. And you saw a lot of students rooting each other on. If you were scared or nervous, they were telling you, it's going to be all right, I'll jump off with you. I know my partner, for instance, I was scared and she was like, well, do you want to go at the same time? I'll do a countdown. The third and final experience we had was actually a solitude experience. We were able to sit there by ourselves and not have our phones, not have any social media, nothing that was going to get in our minds, and it was just us thinking about things. Those big questions I was actually talking about were as simple as who am I and what is my purpose? And I know
it's going to be 3rd down, and they'll set up the screen pass, and the ball's going to be caught, but nowhere to go for Dan Huey. And this Bluffton defense coming up big here with the sack, and now another big play there against Huey, and they'll put the football at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
Well done by the defensive coaches. I'm pretty sure they were putting that out there to their team. Hey, watch out for the screen. They haven't gone to it yet with Ruperta. And even on 4th down, the offense is going to stay out there.
Yeah, especially with that 28-7 lead as Robertson will fake the handoff, has time, throws near side. Ball's going to be caught. Let's see if that's going to be a first down. On the reception, DIII Saliu. And I think he got enough, and that's a big fourth down play there for Rose-Hulman.
Pass is complete for an engineer
And
first
DIII
down.
Saliu went far enough. He's going to be at the bottom of your screen far enough to get to the sticks. Another clean pocket. Robertson doesn't even have to step up and puts it on the money.
Rose-Hulman running the football over the left side. That'll be Ruperta once again, down to about the 15-yard line. So that's going to give him 6 yards on the carry. So it'll be second down and 4.
About second down and 4 for the Engineers.
Trips left. Single coverage near side. That'll be DIII Saliu. Robertson to Saliu over the middle, and there's a flag down coming from the back judge. That'll go against their corner. We could see that single coverage near side with DIII Saliu, and he had a step to the inside, and that might have made the big difference right there.
And good thing Robertson put that in a spot to where only his receiver could go up and get it, and actually may have helped out with getting that pass interference called.
That might have been Apiaji, Dominique Apiaji, who is guilty. It is number 21, Apiaji. Sophomore, 5'7", 150 pounds, so Apiaji not a big guy. So now you're looking at first and goal here for the Fighting Engineers.
You're the 12th defender on the field.
They will run the football up the middle. Did he get across? They say he did. That'll be Ruperta on the carry. And Rose-Hulman puts another 6 on the board.
Ruperta, the ball carrier. Touchdown, Engineers.
So they're helped out by the penalty, and already 34 first-half points now for Rose-Hulman.
Didn't need much. Ruperta's such a tough back. Pretty big body. Kind of a hard guy to bring down. All of his runs, like we said earlier, most of them have been 2 or 3 yards. So he hasn't had to do much, but he's been able to do enough.
Rayberg on the extra point as Rose-Hulman leads at 35-7. Back here in Bluffton as the Fighting Engineers put another 7 on the board and lead at 35-7. And the Beavers will get the football back, and playing behind here for the Beavers this afternoon from the very beginning of this football game. And the way that Rose-Hulman offense has been operating tonight, again, 14 of the points coming from an interception, return for a touchdown, and the return for a touchdown on a kickoff. So now the Beavers will get the football back. Return to the far side across the 30. That'll be Saulbeamer once again on the return, and so it'll be Bluffton 1st and 10.
Saulbeamer on the return.
Of course, again, we'll keep you updated on some of the scores that are going on around the conference. And, of course, in college football, those mighty Michigan Wolverines are now winning. I had to throw that in there. Illinois is winning. Who's your team, by the way?
I don't even want to mention it. It's Notre Dame.
Oh, man.
We'll see.
Boy, well, I'm glad we didn't eat first. First down and 10, football at the 35-yard line. Ryan to throw, and a little bit behind his intended receiver. And that'll fall incomplete.
miscommunication. Price was in the area, but he was trying to throw it to Cale Lee, and I'm not sure who ran the wrong route there, but that's the rest of the offense for Bluffton. And honestly, the offense hasn't looked terrible. I mean, they have had some really good runs. Running the football with Tucker and Stoner has been successful early on. Ryan is really slinging it. He's had a lot of pass attempts complete for over 15 yards. This time they're going backwards, though.
Yep, Tucker will take the handoff and lose about 3 yards on that carry.
Bring up Beaver 3rd down and 13.
So now they have to get to the 45-yard line for first down. It'll be 3rd and 13. So trips to the right. Ryan will quick throw near side. Ball will be caught. It's going to be well shy of a first down. Receiver brought down quickly, Andre Price. And now you're faced with a 4th and about 6 or so for the first down. And here comes the punting unit on the field.
4th down.
And Bluffton will give up the football. Now, I shouldn't say they'll give it up. We've seen a couple of teams this year try a fake punt, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you're deep in your own territory right here. It'd be really risky to do it here. Hury is deep, Hobbs deep as well, 2 speedsters. Little European-style kick, a knuckleball. Caught at the 25-yard line, and we've got some running room for just a moment there for Hobbs. It closed up quickly. Good special teams play by Bluffton.
33-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 Engineers.
And let's go back to Sean. I tell you what, I got to give you kudos on the roster information on Rose-Hulman, where all those players are from.
It's unbelievable on the offensive end. Literally, they're from all over the United States: California, Maryland, North Carolina, Texas, Virginia. It's amazing, and that's what the academic reputation of that school will do. And just in case you guys are curious, the tape job's holding up really well. Ankle feels really stable.
I noticed you took the black eye off. When did you leave that on?
Well, halftime interviews are important. So.
I want to see what they'd say when they came in and looked at you. There's a run by Shelton. Well, I was a little concerned that, with the ankle, the way that you were out there running routes, you kind of sprained a little bit, but she took good care of you. So
nice and tight.
You notice how agile he is
now
that it's taped up. He's going to keep it taped. He's going to use a little heavier foot now on the way home, too, by the way. Robertson looks to throw, has plenty of time as he'll head toward the sideline and get out of bounds. Good coverage downfield there for the Beavers.
Everyone running the same route for Rose-Hulman. Looked like 6 to 7 yard hitches. Pretty well covered by Bluffton, and this is where you need a stop, because so far there's been 4 offensive possessions for Rose-Hulman, and they've all resulted in touchdowns.
Handoff, it'll be Shelton over the left side, and he will be shy of the first down, got to about the 40. Has to get close to the 43-yard line for the first down.
Bring up 4th down.
And the punting unit will come on the field. Number 10 is C.J. Thompson. I'm not. The guy was telling me C.J. Thompson.
You're the wrong guy. They see a tall figure standing up here in the press box, and
he's got to be the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
So Beavers will get the football back, but not until we have a timeout. Bluffton. We too will take a timeout. 35-7, Rose-Hulman on top. Coverage of HCAC football brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal, make sure you take them to Aspen Creek Grill. Next time you come in for dinner, buy some gift cards to share with your friends. Sean. Aspen Creek Grill has great food. Be sure to try their powwow shrimp. Aspen Creek is located in Noblesville and a fine sponsor here of HCAC football. We'll try it again. Kick will go to the far side and will eventually go out of play.
Is that where we're eating after this game, and is Sean buying? Because I think that's our best option.
I don't know if we're eating there, but he is buying for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The kick is out of bounds.
He's going to have a rebuttal, I'm sure, for this.
As they say, gentlemen, I'm keeping the receipts, literally.
Yeah, Sean doesn't turn his receipts in. But the good news is he gets a tax break out of it, too, so being in the higher tax bracket, much higher than ours. So Blake Ryan will bring his offense back out on the field, down in this one 35-7. See what the Beavers will do offensively here. Halftime, of course, Sean will have a special guest for us. And we've got flags coming down all over the place, and penalty will go against the Beavers.
False start. Offense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Ended up getting Marcus Finley, the left tackle there for Bluffton. Finley's going, what did I do?
You got a long way to go on this drive. You're at your own 20. So, I mean, just stick with what you have been able to be successful with. Ryan, throwing it out, has had a lot of success with Price and Behringer, but the running game is starting to dwindle a little bit. Tucker's last 3 runs now have gone backwards.
You know, as Tucker takes the run, I want to see Sean do something before we leave, because there is a zip line over there. Am I not? I want to see you do that before we leave. See him over there?
I would 100% do that. If unless there's a weight limit, then it could be. But hey, let's make sure and remind everybody too, fellas, that we'll have 2 games on next week. They'll have a choice on HCAC.tv.
That's right. We'll talk about that as we go, as Ryan will throw. Fires, ball caught, first down and more, 40-45. And that'll be Behringer on the reception, and a big gain for the Beavers.
You need a big play. Behringer is the guy. 3 catches, 15-16, and that one goes for 28.
Football to the 47-yard line. Handoff, right side Tucker. Tucker trying to stretch it and nowhere to go, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage.
There's that run defense again for Rose-Hulman. They're just everywhere, swarming to the football. There's that starting defense.
Also 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Beavers.
Yeah, Devin Cobb, by the way, 17 tackles on the season. Walkowski with 14 coming in. Cobb with 4 tackles for loss.
Jacob Fields, one of those linebackers, leading the way.
Ryan, and it's going to be intercepted, coming from behind to get the interception. Tice Miller. What a play by Miller. That'll be, if I'm not mistaken, he had 3 interceptions coming in. And he did a great job taking a look at it.
First team on the D3Football.com all-region selection last year. Just about to mention his name when that graphic for the starting defense got pulled up. Tice Miller is a playmaker.
That ball kind of hanging up there for Ryan a little bit, and it will cost the Beavers the football, and Rose is going to get it back again, and they'll run it over the left side to about the 26-yard line. That's going to be Jay Smith on the carry. Smith, 147 yards rushing coming into this one here this afternoon. He might get some more time.
Bring up 2nd down and 5 for the
First time we've called his name tonight.
Robertson rolling. Puts it in the air and just out of the reach of Jalen Hobbs. It'll fall incomplete.
Robertson
Robertson so far is 11 of 13 for 170 yards passing. So it's been quite the first half for him. I'm not sure. Hobbs looked like he kind of stopped on his route. I think Robertson thought he was going to keep on going towards that sideline. That's what ended up seeing that football go off the fingertips.
Well, now it's going to be third down. Handoff. And cut back, 30-35. It'll be first down all the way out to near the 44-yard line on the carry. Jay Smith once again.
Good for 18 for Smith. Watch everybody move one way. The pulling guard from the left side. That opens up that whole kick-out block. Smith really good in between the hashes.
Ball caught on the far side near the 50-yard line. On the reception will be Hobbs. By the way, Jay Smith out of Evansville Wrights. Just a freshman.
Hobbs with the reception.
And again, the football placed at the 49-yard line. Hurry up offense again for the Fighting Engineers. Handoff, and getting hit immediately, might get a yard, will be Smith. Changes coming now for that Beaver defense. Just across midfield to work off the hash mark left.
Smith getting a lot of looks on this drive. Ruperta getting a lengthy break.
By the way, single coverage near side for Hobbs the speedster. They throw underneath. Ball caught by Hury. And he'll be driven out of bounds, but I think he got enough for the first down. So they'll move the chains once again. Let's go back down to Sean.
Fellas, I got a trivia question for you, and I'll come back in a little bit to answer it. There is a member of this Rose-Hulman offensive unit that is also on the baseball team. I'll let you see if you can figure out who it is.
Okay. Hand off left side, Smith, and Smith takes a hard hit after gaining about 3. So do you have a guess who it might be, Jared?
I have no idea. Gonna have to gauge just a little bit more. The rest of these guys, see if anything sticks out. The problem is they're all tremendous athletes, so it's hard to decipher.
Smith again on the carry, takes a hard hit, keeps going. Is he a pitcher or is he a position guy? You don't really know? Well, that's not very helpful. Ask for a little bit of a clue. Player down here for Rose. And is he on the field right now?
He is on the field right now. It is the left tackle, Dylan Page.
Really?
6'3", 250. He is a member of the Rose-Hulman baseball team.
He must be a designated hitter.
I do need to give a shout-out to former student of mine, Darius Daniels. He's a backup DB for Bluffton, injured last week, but had to make sure and give my guy some love. Had him more than once in high school. Just a great kid.
Injured players back up. Want to remind you today's game brought to you in part by Ref Reps. It's designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations. Helps officials to hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. Ref Reps is the now new official for the well-seasoned veterans. And you can contact them at refreps.com if you need more information. One of the few injuries we have had here today. It'll be third down and short. Man in motion will reset to the left, and Smith, the first down carry over the left side, inside the 25 before being upended there. Hubre gets the tackle for Bluffton, but how about Jay Smith coming in and running the football effectively?
Yeah, he's been tremendous. Already has more yards than Ruperta on half the carries. The hole is huge on that left side.
So the first down now for Rose, and they will run it again. Ruperta on the carry. Nothing this time. Big 97. Mitch Young, one of those in there for the Beavers. And it'll be second down. Call it a loss of a couple on this one.
Bring up Engineers, second down.
Second down and long. Could see Rose put it through the air here Hopefully an incompletion if you're a Bluffton fan.
Robertson pumps now, throws late, and hit at the 20-yard line. As Huron able to hold on to the football, and it'll be third and long.
Third down for the Engineers.
Third down and long. You were able to force a punt on the last drive. And now with that incompletion, you see a mass substitutions, about 4 or 5 new guys coming out on the field for the Bluffton defense. This still could very well be 4-down territory. We'll see what kind of leg the Rose kicker has if they opt to bring him out here.
They have 5 defensive backs in, and it'll be Jay Smith again over the left side. He will get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. Well, those 5 DBs, and you look at Jalen Hobbs, they've got 2 guys on this side. Speaking of Bluffton, they're going to make sure if anybody beats him, it won't be Hobbs, because he's going to draw double coverage here on the near side. Trips to the right. 4th down. Robertson to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Gets away for the moment and then is tripped up shy of the first down marker as Rose will give up the football deep in Bluffton territory.
Well done. Good coverage in the secondary.
That'll make it Beaver first down on the 20-yard
Robertson
line.
gets tripped up. Another good stop. You have 4:18 now on the clock. Try to put together another solid drive. You're able to, like we said, force Rose to punt on that last on the last possession. And now your first turnover on downs. The defense is starting to pick things up.
Ryan will have Stoner in the backfield lined up just to his left. First down here for the Beavers. Ryan will throw, looking right, fires to the sideline. Ball will be caught. Getting out of bounds will be Cummings.
Cummings is the reception.
And he's going to be short of a first down. We'll call it a yard.
Second down and 1 for the Beavers.
Cummings is now the 6th different guy with a catch from Ryan. Really good route here. Just a 2-step drop for Ryan, and he gets it out.
Stoner, the cutback. And he's going to get the first down to the 33.
Stoner, the ball carrier for a Beaver, first down.
The vision of these backs has been really good. Ruperta has had a lot of runs kind of in between the tackles, but Smith was really good on his feet when he came in the last possession. And Tucker and Stoner have had a lot of carries where they're going kind of around the tackle, outside the tackle.
Ball caught here on the near side by Andre Price. Very close to that first down marker.
Second down and 1.
And Price is a guy that's going to have to see some more attempts. That's his 3rd catch. He's got close to 40 yards receiving. Don't be afraid to make him the guy.
Official now allowing the players to get going as they'll have it first down and 10. Stoner with a carry, big hole for number 32 into Rose-Hulman territory down to the 41-yard line.
Stoner, the ball carrier.
Longest run of the afternoon so far for the Beavers. Good for 15. I thought Ryan may have ended up keeping this one, but it was a good choice to hand it off. That defensive end kind of hovering in that area, and Stoner again with some second effort.
Yeah, they're going to put him down at the 35-yard line. Stoner, by the way, big fella. What do we say is about 210 pounds. And they're going to play a little hurry-up offense as well. Ryan to throw, pumping as he looks near side, now puts it in the air, and guess what? It is picked off again. Tice Miller coming over and getting another interception to stop the drive.
Pretty good day for Tice Miller. Problem is Ryan kind of telegraphed it. He was looking at Price the entire way. It was such a deep route. Miller is just watching the eyes of Ryan, and he never gets off of Price. Plus the ball hangs up in the air just a little bit too long. It's an easy interception, the second one of the day for Miller.
So what began as an impressive drive ended right there, and so now the Fighting Engineers will get the football back, though deep in their own territory, put it at about the 5-yard line. Robertson will hand it off, and not much running room up in the middle there for Ruperta.
Ruperta, the ball carrier. Pick up 2 on the play, bring up
They'll
second
say
down and
only
8.
a gain of 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
And now you're close to a 2-minute situation, except Rose, their offense just typically runs sort of a 2-minute offense. They're so quick.
Robertson to throw, puts it in the air, has a man ball, caught 35, 1st down and more.
Robertson
Nice
passes
play
to Hobbs.
as they will get the 1st down and more. Hobbs on the carry, or I should say the reception to the 38-yard line.
Robertson wants to go to Hobbs on this play. That's the route he wanted to go to.
There is Heary on the reception to the far side to the 46-yard line.
You saw in that replay how much Robertson was looking towards the left side of the field. He wanted to move some of those defenders. Meanwhile, Hobbs is running that deep crossing route. He's just waiting till he gets to a certain spot, and then he just floats it over the defense.
So now Robertson rolling right, throws, ball caught by Hobbs again, and he'll be brought down. There's a flag. We might have a face mask right here at the 47-yard line. Came from the back. Judge had a pretty good look at it right there.
Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
So you add 15 yards to the gain, and all of a sudden, just like that, you are knocking on the door once again.
And you've only taken a minute off of this clock. Rose-Hulman has gone from their own 5-yard line into Bluffton's 32. They've gotten a lot of help. They've ran the right plays. They've made the right decisions. Such an explosive and fun offense to watch.
So quickly to the line of scrimmage, 1st down and 10. Robertson will hand it off, and breaking a tackle is Ruperta, but he's not going to get much on that one. May to get back to the line of scrimmage. Brandon Mason, one of those in there for Bluffton to make the tackle. So it'll be 2nd down. Let's call it 2nd and 9. 4 wideouts, 1 lone setback to the right of Robertson. Pumps, now throws over the middle. Ball's going to be caught. It'll be Heary on the catch, and he's going to be very close to another 1st down.
Heary's 8th catch already in this first half. It was a good option to wait by Robertson because initially the route wasn't there. He ran the slant over the middle, and Tyler Davis turned his head around. And once he did that, once Robertson saw that, he knew he could hook up with Heary over the middle of the field.
Today's game brought to you in part by Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe, a new spot for breakfast. They're open for lunch Wednesday through Sunday. Make sure you try their classic breakfast or their sweet baked goods. They're located in Lawrence. Coach recommends the Sloppy Joes with extra pickles as a great lunch. I noticed he left the mayo out on that one. Check out Tam's at 6427 Oaklandon Road in Lawrence. So after the timeout by Rose-Hulman, still time on the clock to get it into the end zone here. Possibly, as you mentioned a little bit ago, if not that, they could have an opportunity to try a field goal to end out this first half of play. But it'll be 3rd down and short. Back in the ball game will be Jay Smith. He'll get the 1st down. But they'll have to work quick here. 14 seconds remaining and another timeout on the field. So we will see what's on the docket now for Rose-Hulman. I think they wanted a little more time put on the clock right there, tried to get that timeout as quick as they possibly could. We'll have again, Sean's going to have a special guest at halftime. We'll get you updated on some of the games going on in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. And if he wants to throw in some of those other scores, I'm sure he can. So they do put it back to 16 seconds. You know, You're kind of lucky you're going to get a ride home. You mentioned that Notre Dame stuff one more time. We might have to be in between an Illinois and a Michigan guy. That's almost...
Say what you want. just lay it on me. I'm ready. I don't even care anymore.
That's not a good fan answer. All right, trips to the near side. Robertson has time to throw, goes to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off the other way. That would have been offensive interference either way. They were going to get Heary on the penalty, but it's going to be an interception, and that's going to be Appigia on the interception, the sophomore.
Pass interference. Offense, number 2. Penalties decline.
So the Beavers able to stop Rose-Hulman here at the end of the first half. Taking a look at it.
It's really the first bad decision that Robertson's made all game. Into double coverage, underthrows it. You know, you don't have much time left in this game, but you're still in a good position. If you have to send the kicking unit out there, you know, you have one more play at least after that one if you just throw it away and live to fight another down.
And they'll just take a knee to finish out the first half. And we will head to the locker room with Rose-Hulman leading at 35-7. And Jared, this game got off to such a fast start. I think it caught us all a little bit off guard, but for Rose-Hulman, they get the return for the touchdown by Hobbs. They get the interception by Roberts, the pick six, and within seconds, they're up 14-0. And again, as I said, it kind of caught everybody a little bit off guard right there, but Bluffton, every time that they seem like maybe they're going to get a drive, they get maybe around the 30-yard line, they just couldn't sustain it. And that's why they find themselves down here big.
It was incredible, the start of this game, really. The Hobbs kickoff return goes 88 yards, and then Roberts with the interception. And with 14 points up on the scoreboard, we had only taken down 22 seconds of the game clock. It was quite the start for Rose-Hulman, and this is the type of team that they are. They just play so well, so hard. Everything seems to go their way a lot, and now, you know, that offense, their last 3 possessions have been punt, turnover on downs, and interception, but before that was 5 consecutive touchdowns, scoring in multiple ways possible. Robertson has looked solid. The run game has been there with Ruperta and Smith, and then those weapons that we talked about are just so dynamic and just so explosive in multiple ways. Bluffton's run game was there, but too many drives that kind of got stalled out, whether it be interceptions by Ryan or what have you. You know, you're hoping for a much better second half. Ryan is a really good quarterback. Those 3 interceptions, I don't think reflect exactly, you know, the type of player that he is. He's going to learn from those mistakes and make better decisions moving forward. So hopefully we see a much better second half from the Beavers. They finish out this homecoming game strong.
All right, halftime report is coming up. Your halftime score, Rose-Hulman 35 and Bluffton 7. This is IndianaSRN.
Hi, I'm Darius Spokey. I'm from Sydney, Ohio. I'm a math education major here at Bluffton University. So becoming a Scholar Mentor, I was really excited to go on the great adventure. Being able to be around the first-year students here at Bluffton University and see them grow and meet new people was really exciting for me. We were in the National Park and we actually got a hike to a waterfall. We also were able to hike up to the highest point in the Smokies. It was a great time in Klingman's Dome. As we started looking out, you know, it's a weird sight to see. I have a big fear of heights. And looking out, I was almost kind of scared, but then I realized like I'm not going to have another view like this in my entire life for the most part. And I just had to take it all in, and especially with Bluffton giving us this opportunity. So for the second experience, we actually were going ziplining. And going in, I was really nervous. And you know, you saw a lot of students rooting each other on. You know, if you were scared or nervous, they were telling you, you know, it's going to be all right, I'll jump off with you. I know my partner, for instance, I was scared and she was like, well, do you want to go at the same time? I'll do a countdown. The third and final experience we had was actually a solitude experience. We were able to sit there by ourselves and not have our phones, not have any social media, nothing that was going to get in our minds, and it was just us thinking about things. Those big questions I was actually talking about were as simple as who am I and what is my purpose? And I know for a lot of students, they're really searching for that here. You come to Bluffton, in your first year, you're really searching like, what am I doing? Why am I here? What's going on? And it was nice to be able to, even for myself, think about that. It was really nice to see students who hadn't talked much before talk with one another. They're really excited going into the rest of this first semester, and they just want to finish it because they know that they can do it after this experience.
Back here at Alumni Field, it is the halftime show on the Game of the Week on HCAC.TV, where Rose-Hulman leads Bluffton 35-7. It is homecoming here at Bluffton, and we have a special guest joining us on our halftime show. It is Evan Skilleter, an assistant professor of sport management here at Bluffton. Thank you so much for joining us. I know when I hear the word sport management in terms of college, my interest is piqued as a marketing/sports marketing teacher in high school. First, let's start explaining a little bit what that entails if you come to Bluffton to major in sport management.
Sure. Yeah, there are a lot of different things you can do with a sport management degree, a lot of different things you'll learn throughout our program, right? You talk about managing facilities, YMCAs, different recreational facilities. I know in Indiana, the Spiece Center is a big one. We take students over there every year. You can also look at the business side. You know, sport marketing is a huge one. People don't realize that there are a lot of different opportunities within businesses that aren't even necessarily sport related, but when you talk about advertising, right, you can you learn a lot about the marketing and the advertising side of things here as well. And then there's a recreational aspect, a coaching aspect. We talk a little bit about sports psychology. There are a lot of different routes. And then we also have the exercise science, kinesiology, early physical training or personal training. So we really cover all aspects of sport here at Bluffton, and there are a lot of cool opportunities.
You know, one of the things, you know, obviously that we do is we broadcast and we have to deal with the advertisers, and we love showcasing the students that are out here.
Yeah.
You do have tentacles out in this program. You mentioned off the air before that you have a lot of the players in your program. So not just as students, but you work directly with the football program as well.
Yeah, we do. So we have our department is one of the biggest at this school, right? So the first years haven't necessarily declared, but we're expecting somewhere around 120 or so in our department once the first years do declare, which is coming up actually this week. So we have a lot of students, a lot of athletes in our program. I don't know the specific numbers, but I would guess at least half of the football team are in the sport management program, or at least tied to the sport management program in some way or another. So yeah, we do get a lot of athletes that come through, but you don't necessarily have to be an athlete to be in sport management. And one thing I didn't mention during your first question, or answering your first question, is that we do a lot with communication and a lot with sport media as well. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of football players, soccer, basketball, you name it. We have a lot of athletes in our program.
Do you deal much with the marketing of programs, specifically the marketing of the sports programs here at Bluffton University, and trying to get the word out and do more to kind of grow it organically from the students that you have?
We actually this year just launched a sport media group on campus where we have a lot of different areas with our institution that there are a lot of great opportunities for students, and the sport media group is really a hub for those students to come and kind of be dispatched or facilitated to those different departments. The PR department does a really nice job marketing our sport programs, and so students that want to be a part of the PR department in terms of sports can join the sport media group, and we'll send them to PR. We'll send them to our student-driven media outlet on campus, which is called the Whitmarsum, and they'll get some writing experience, they'll get some broadcast experience, etc. We have a great live stream that when you guys aren't here, which you're doing a fantastic job, and we appreciate all the work that you do. When you're not here, we do run our own live stream, and students can be involved with that as well. So like I said, a lot of different ways on campus to get involved in media, in marketing, specifically related to sport.
You'll let us know before you take our jobs, right?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. No, seriously though, it's great to have you. You always do a great job. We appreciate the conference facilitating this and your company for being a part of it.
One thing I wanted to, we talked about before we came on air that I really want to kind of focus in on is that this wasn't something originally you had planned on doing, teaching in your career. But it's interesting. I think there's a lot of people out there that may be watching it that may still be some students like, I just don't have a feel for what I want to do right yet. There is a process where sometimes you just have to kind of get out and figure out by jobs that you get what it is you want to do. You've worked here locally in terms of radio stations and that kind of talk about that that path that led you to where you are now and how common that really is.
Yeah, so I went to school here at Bluffton, actually. I graduated in 2014, and my degree was recreation management, which is now kind of absorbed by the sport management department. And I knew that I wanted to run some facilities or do something in terms of sport communication. And I held a couple jobs within that field, and I actually learned after I graduated college that I wanted to teach. It wasn't until my first or second full-time job that I realized I had a passion for teaching. And so what I tried to do was, I didn't have the best grades in college. I wasn't bad, you know what I mean? But,
right.
But
Troy understands.
Yeah, right. So what I tried to do was not just go for a master's degree in order to become a professor. I tried to fill my resume with as much related to sport as I could. I started broadcasting, podcasting. I wrote for as many outlets that would publish my work with my byline, right? And just tried to fill that resume up. It's never too late to change what you want to do. You have to be willing to work oftentimes. It took me, it was 2015 when I decided I wanted to teach, and it's 2022, and it's my first year full-time teaching. So it took me 7 years to get to where I want to be. But it's never too late, and you always have to keep your mind open, at least be willing to shift your focus and to work hard to get to where you want to be.
And sports management, sports marketing, all this stuff is really kind of exploding in terms of what's available at colleges and kids wanting to get into it. If they're interested in your program, how can they reach out to find out more about it?
Yeah, well, you can check out bluffton.edu. You can reach the admissions department. You're always welcome to reach out directly to our department. My email address and phone number are online. Our department chair, Tammy Forbes, has her information online. And then we have Amanda Beard, who's also, she's in charge really of the exercise science side of our program. So you're welcome to reach out to all of us. Reach out to bluffton.edu. We'll get you connected. We'll get you on campus and show you all the cool opportunities that we have.
How is it? Are you involved in homecoming activities? Because there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's a lot.
We had to keep Jarrett out of the bounce house over there because his little young buck eyes were eyeing that. Well, what kind of things do you do as a school, like in your department? How do you help out in terms of all the stuff going on with homecoming?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's just being accessible, being visible, being willing to talk with people visiting campus. We have, like you said, a lot going on. We have a zip line over there, a bounce house. We've got multiple tents. President Wood, relatively new president to our university, she's done a really nice job kind of beefing up the activities around sporting events and specifically homecoming. So as a department, we try to stay available. We get plenty of recruits that come in on all weekends, but specifically homecoming weekend. And like I said, a lot of those recruits are interested in sport, whether they come here for sports or not, sport management or not. They're still at least interested in it. So we try to be available, but we're really, really pleased with the support that the community has for our university. We had the Bluffton High School marching band out performing at halftime, which is fantastic. And we appreciate the administration's support of our program and the athletic department.
Now, you did mention before that you do work a little bit with the football program, and you sensed some change coming within the football program. What is it that you see that maybe could could help Bluffton kind of really expand and grow in terms of their football program itself.
Yeah, so it's really easy to look at the results and say, well, this program's going nowhere, right? I mean, we're down 35-7 at halftime on homecoming. We were down 14-0 when I got here, 22 seconds into the game, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's tough, but we have a brand new coach, and Coach Nardo has done a really nice job. Now, I said this is my first full-time year. I've also been an adjunct, and I've taught around, and I've been around here. I'm from Bluffton, and I've noticed a really big change in the culture. The attitudes of the players and just the program in general have been very, very positive. There's a new energy within the football team and within the coaching staff. I've noticed the players buying in quite a bit to some of the changes that Coach Nardo has instilled. They're dressing up on Mondays. They're showing up to class on time. They're engaged. They're just overall, there's a really, really good attitude toward football and toward sport here. And I'm really enthusiastic about what Coach Nardo is doing. I'm excited to see where this program is headed because I really think it's headed in the right direction.
Some positive vibes because I know, us going to all these different schools within the Heartland Conference, great schools in this conference.
Yes, yeah.
And it is good football. It really is, and I think there's a lot of people that watch this, some high school kids that are going, I enjoy playing, but I'm not sure I can play anywhere. But, hey, they can look and see these schools in the Heartland Conference and want to come play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to think, too, especially here at Bluffton, we're right off I-75. We've got Detroit 2 hours away, Cincinnati 2 hours away. We're close to a lot of big cities that have some really good football, and we're in a great location. So I really encourage anyone watching that's interested in playing at the next level to at least come check Bluffton out. Like I said, really good things happening within the football team, within the football program, but within our institution as well. We have a new science building going up. The campus is vibrant. It's beautiful. There's just such a great attitude on this campus and within this institution. And I keep saying the word excited. I sound like Tim Tebow in his interview down with Jacksonville. But I certainly am excited about how things are going here at Bluffton and what the future holds.
Well, thank you so much. Once again, that's Evan Skillett, our Assistant Professor of Sport Management here at Bluffton University. We will take a break. When we come back, Troy and Jarrett will be back for the second half of the Game of the Week on HCAC.TV.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
35-7. Welcome back to Bluffton. Great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon for college football. And, of course, Sean will keep us updated in the second half of some of the other scores going on around the conference. And, well, we got to think about second half action now as Rose-Hulman with that 35-7 lead. And, Jared, when you look at Bluffton, you're not going to get it back all at once. And so the one thing they will have to do, and we all talk about that old cliche, one at a time, but they got to find a way to get the football into the red zone, get it into the end zone, and then they got to find a way to stop Rose-Hulman, who, other than maybe a couple of times in that second quarter, they've kind of had their way here this afternoon, but I think that Bluffton defense did a pretty decent job stopping them, got that interception in the end zone, and they'll just have to really, I think, get off to a fast start here in the second half.
Things really started to pick up for them defensively, and they were able to get that interception by Robertson. They forced a punt, had the turnover on downs. Those were the last three possessions they had as a defense. So, yeah, things really did start to pick up. In the pregame, we wanted a quick start from them. If you're a Bluffton fan, you wanted to see a good quick start, and it couldn't have been farther from that. So you put yourselves in a hole early on, but There's still 30 minutes of game left to play. There's still a lot you can learn. You said it, take it one play at a time. You can use that advice in just about anything. Football teaches you a lot of life skills too. You take things one day at a time, and you'll be all right. So use that advice to your coaches. They've been through this crap before. They know what they're talking about. Finish this game out strong. You have 30 minutes left to go. You can prove a lot to yourself. You can get a lot done in these next 30 minutes.
Robertson had a really good first half, and I know you've got the numbers on that. You might want to cover some of those numbers before we get into the second half, but he had an excellent first half. He saved a lot of targets, too.
17 of 21 was Robertson for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. Did have that interception that we mentioned. The run game has been really good. Jay Smith coming in has been a bright spot, an Energizer Bunny. Just on 8 carries, he's averaging 6.5 yards, so he's good for 53. Ruperta had a lot of dosage early on, that fast-paced offense. They get up to the line. They don't waste any time, kind of the Oregon Chip Kelly days back in the day, just how quick their offense is. And you see a lot of colleges do that at the D1 level. So the offense has just been clicking from the start. Hury has 7 catches. Hobbs has 6. Those two have combined for 167 yards receiving. And then Adam Tice-Salio has also been a really viable option. They're just so good offensively. Just so many weapons. You can't guard just one guy. You can't worry about just one guy. And that's why Robertson only has 4 incompletions so far, too.
Before we go to Sean, you have some numbers there for Bluffton in the first half?
Yeah, Ryan, he looked solid. He does have the 3 picks, and you take away those 3 picks, I mean, it's a really good first half for Ryan. 155 yards through the air. He's 11 of 20. He's got a really good quick release. He's had time to throw, and the play calling has been good too. Both quarterbacks are so good at using their running backs as decoys. They run that RPO stuff. They get it out of their hands quickly. They throw it in the flats. They throw the slants. They throw the quick hitches. They're just trying to get it to their weapons. Ryan, I think, to have a much better second half, continue to go to Behringer, who has 3 catches. Price has 3 catches. Those are his go-to guys. So, look for them to get a little bit more involved this second half, too.
All right, let's go back to Sean, who has an update for us here just before the beginning of the second half.
A couple other halftime scores, gentlemen. Franklin leads Defiance 27-6. Garrett Cora already with 120 yards rushing, and Kai Ross, last week's Player of the Week, 3 touchdown passes. Also at Anderson, Mount St. Joseph leads the Ravens 35-3. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Sean. And Bluffton, by the way, will get the football to begin this third quarter of play.
Back to receive for the Beavers, Trayvon Cummings.
Cummings will be deep for the Beavers. Looks like also deep will be Andre Price, or they've changed that. Looks like they have changed one of their return men. That'll be Saul Beamer. And so we're ready to go here in the third. Windy afternoon continues, a cool afternoon, as well as the kick will sail out of bounds, and the flags go down as well. Said the wind is blowing from west to east, so anything that gets close to the sideline on the far side of the field will definitely go out of play. So the Beavers will have the football 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Bring up Beaver first down on the 25-yard line to start the second.
Blake Ryan, the sophomore, 6'2", 174 pounds. He'll be joined in the backfield by Stoner. Stoner, hard runner. Some gets several nice runs in that first half. He'll reset now right behind his quarterback Ryan and get the carry to the near side. And he'll put his head down, dive ahead, get about 3 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Being in the hole that you're in down 28, you would still love to run the footballs. There's an injured offensive lineman down for Bluffton. Stoner and Tucker had a pretty good start on the first 2 drives running the football. He's a really agile running back as their number 1. Stoner has gotten a lot of the looks here as of late, second quarter and third quarter. Stoner's numbers are much better,
quarterback for the Beavers.
and you would like to run the football as much as you can just to stay balanced, but
Second down at 8.
Unfortunately, you're down 28 too.
Second down and handoff again. Stoner first down at the 50 and finally knocked down. By the way, Bobby Bork was in at quarterback there for the Beavers. Nick Myers, who had come out of the ball game, had just actually lost his shoe, so he'll be ready to go back in on the offensive line. But a nice run by Stoner. So Bork coming in to get the call at quarterback for Bluffton here in this third quarter. That'll be Stoner once again on the carry near the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Rose is already starting to sell out on the run. They had 7 guys in the box on that run, and Stoner only able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So we'll call it second down and 10, just underway here in the third. Stoner gets the call again up the middle, gets hit immediately, gets about 3 on the carry to the 44. Beavers come out running the football, and mentioned Stoner, big back. Runs the ball really hard as Bobby Bork in, 16 of 24 coming in, 140 yards in a backup role for Bluffton. The Beavers make the change at quarterback. He'll look to throw. It'll be Stoner out of the backfield, 40, 35, and eventually run out of bounds. They'll say went out at the 36-yard line, but it's good enough for a Beaver first down.
Pretty easy option to find Stoner out of the backfield. You can see the indecisiveness from the backer of Rose-Hulman. Not sure if he wants to move more towards the middle of the field or follow Stoner, and it's an easy throw for the quarterback.
Bork will take the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. He's at the 30 and gets tripped up. See where they finally bring him down near the 23-yard line, and another first down for Bluffton.
Pretty good drive so far to start off this second half. Bork showing off what he can do with his legs. A really good run for the quarterback, who I'm assuming is getting playing time just to see how this offense does with him. And the 3 interceptions earlier from Ryan, see him on the sideline so far.
Handoff. This time it'll be Tucker back in the ball game, and he may get to the 21-yard line. Gain of just a couple on the play.
2 on the play. Bring up second down and 8 for the Beavers.
So second down and 8 right here for Bork. And whistles will stop the play, and a flag is down. That'll go against Bluffton. And this is kind of where they have been today on offense. They'll get that drive going and get deep into Rose-Hulman territory, and then all of a sudden it stalls from there. So look, the Illini win today, Michigan winning today. When does Notre Dame play?
I think they have the night game. I think they're a 7 or an 8 o'clock start. Hopefully it's a win. I mean, they're playing Stanford, for crying out loud.
Does Notre Dame have a football team?
Not anymore. Handoff over the left side. It'll be Stoner once again.
Do we want to talk about, national championships and All-Americans and coaches? Do we want to do that comparison at all? Mr. Illini?
Hey, Brett Bielema. There's 2 words for you.
Yeah.
Brett Bielema. Tiebreaker over Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota. Just Nebraska, Northwestern, and Minnesota, or Purdue left on the Big Ten West schedule for Illini.
He's getting his tickets ready. They'll look to throw, and ball is going to be caught at the 20 and driven back. Might get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much there. Taviano on the reception for Bluffton. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, obvious go-for-it situation here. You've already made it this far.
All right, Bluffton, let's make a whole lot of noise.
The idea of
down.
picking up 6 is much better than trying for 3.
Stoner in the backfield. Offset just to the right of his quarterback, Bork. 2 receivers to the near side. Bork looking to the right, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Pass intended for Locklear. And let's go back again to Sean.
Speaking of conference championships, the way it's looking right now, and we have it on the schedule, Mount St. Joseph and Rose-Hulman last week of the year. Hanover might have something to say about that, but these two teams look like they're locked in, wanting to see each other again as they did last year for the HCAC title.
Do you have that game, or?
I do not remember. I'm sure I'll probably be there.
They'll send us to Defiance again. Here's the handoff. Rose with the first play of the 3rd quarter.
We don't talk about that school when we're up here. We're up here at Bluffton, remember? We don't do that.
Player ended up losing his hat.
Also, Sean, don't forget about Franklin. We just saw Franklin last week, and the good week that they put together. Offensively, they looked like a juggernaut. I would say that Rose and Mount St. Joseph are definitely the favorites at the top. But Hanover and Franklin, I mean, you just never know with this conference. Even last year when we had the Bell game with Franklin and Hanover, and Franklin played their best ball of the year. So you just never know.
Penalty flag.
Offside.
So they'll call that against Bluffton. They were offsides, and they ended up losing Marvis McKnight, who came out of the ball game a little shaken up for the Beavers. So now it'll be 2nd down and 5. Your 2 speedy receivers, Hobbs, one of those to the right, Huey to the right as well, as Robertson will put a man in motion left to right to work off the left hash mark, and they're going to run the football. And this time it'll be Ruperta on the carry, and I think he got the first down out to the 30, and he did.
That's the longest run of the afternoon for Ruperta so far. Bluffton has had his number a little bit.
And I'm making engineer 1st down and 10 on the 30.
But what makes this offense so good is, you have these runs where Ruperta's getting 3 yards, then 5, and then 6, but, they also just use him so well as an attraction. You want to move the linebackers with him. You want to run those RPOs where you're meshing with them, and then you just can't get sleeping. You can't get caught sleeping with Huey and Hobbs on the outside.
Robertson will throw to Hobbs on the outside. Very close to the first down marker. He stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Hobbs with the reception.
And so he's about a yard short of that first down marker.
Bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Engineers.
Catch puts Hobbs over 100 yards receiving now this afternoon as well.
So now Robertson will reset his running back, put a man in motion, and he'll reset to the left as well. Handoff for Ruperta over the left side. He'll get the first down, mark it at the 43-yard line.
Ruperta the ball carrier for the first down. First down, Engineer.
Take another look at the run by Ruperta. So now the Engineers, Fighting Engineers with the football at the 43-yard line. They'll go trips right. So empty backfield. Man in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Robertson to throw over the middle, and ball's going to be caught at the 20, the 15, 10, 5 touchdown. Ty Salio with the reception and the score. And another big play for the Fighting Engineers offensively.
57 yards. Robertson actually had his option with either Hobbs, the speedster over the middle, or Ty Salio, a much bigger body. They ran similar routes, I think you would have had a touchdown either way, whether you throw it to number 9 or to number 4.
So the extra point attempt as Rose gets on the board here in the third, and the extra point is going to be blocked. And so special teams coming up big there for the Beavers. They block that extra point, but they lead it 41-7.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
There you see the score, 41-7. Beavers will get the football back.
Whitesell to kick it off.
Saul Beamer is deep, Cummings deep again for the Beavers, both inside their own 10-yard line. You notice how the kickoff man has moved a little bit more toward the hash mark on the left side with the wind blowing the way it is. Last one went out of bounds. This will be returned by Saul Beamer, and he'll get tripped up across the 15 out to near the 18-yard line, and Beavers take over first and 10.
Make it a Beaver first down on the 18-yard line.
Some more terrific offense that last possession from Rose-Hulman. Robertson only put the ball through the air twice, but that long pass to Tice Saliu. All of their deep shots they've been able to hook up with them. You know, on that first drive we saw Bluffton try to throw it down the field a lot, 3 or 4 times in that first quarter, and couldn't get much of anything going in that regard. But Robertson has been on the money all game, and he starts off the second half even hotter.
Let's go back to Sean.
Fellas, that's C.J. Thompson is number 10 on the kickoff returns for Bluffton. We want to make sure, just in case Mom and Dad are watching, that he gets his just due.
Okay, so C.J. Thompson, number 10, not Saul Beamer, listed on the 2 deep, and that'll be an incomplete pass.
Short pass is knocked down. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Beavers.
Deflected at the line of scrimmage. Don't see that very often, but Peter Cross got his big paw up there. Senior from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
So now the Beavers faced with a 3rd and long. Bork will throw over the middle. Ball's going to be caught, and the reception by Cummings, and he's going to be short of the first down. He got very close to the 25-yard line, and the punting unit coming on the field.
Brings up Beaver 4th down and 3.
Quick 3 and out. Rose-Hulman's defense, they're
back
also stepping up ever since Bluffton scored their first touchdown. It's been 2 interceptions and a turnover on downs, and now a punt.
End over end kick as that takes a Beaver bounce. A flag comes down near side at about the 46-yard line and way behind the play.
We have a flag on the play.
I didn't really catch anything. I'm not sure what it could be. Maybe holding on the return team.
Block in the back. Kicking team.
Kicking team.
10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
So that will go against Bluffton. So Rose-Hulman will benefit from the penalty. So now Rose-Hulman will have the football as they'll open up trips to the left side.
Even up here, that whole sequence, it's so funny how you can sometimes hear coaches talk. You can hear even the referees talk. It gets so quiet.
Well, I think they made a correction. Yeah, that was actually against Rose-Hulman, not against Bluffton.
Yeah, okay, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it was blocking in the back by the defensive team, but he pointed the wrong way. So Rose-Hulman will have the football. Robertson will again have trips to the left side, and they're going to run right out of the chute. Here's Shelton. Shelton looking to cut it back upfield, finally driven out of bounds. And they'll say he stepped out at about the 19-yard line.
6 on the play. Bring up second down and 4 for the end.
By the way, if you're interested, those Wolverines scored again. I'm a little bit shocked that Sean doesn't keep us updated on those kind of scores, too.
Penn State doesn't appear that they deserve to be ranked that high.
Handoff once again. Shelton finds a nice hole, gets a first down. Very close to the 28-yard line. Now, one thing Rose-Hulman will have to do here is keep running the football and run a lot of time off that clock.
It's been a by-quarter type of committee. Ruperta was, the featured back in first quarter. Jay Smith looked tremendous in the second quarter. Now it's been a lot of Shelton here.
Yeah, Shelton gets another one around the right end and will go out of bounds on the far sideline, but another first down run for Shelton.
Each run Shelton has had has progressively gotten longer. 6, 7, 8, and there's 10 more for a new set of downs.
Let's go back down to Sean.
Fellas, just a reminder, we got to start thinking about the HCAC.TV player of the game, and boy, do we have a surprise for them. Football-shaped brownies as the treat today, so stay tuned for player of the game at the end of the game.
And, of course, we'll make that announcement at about the 5-minute mark. Football will be placed at the 41-yard line.
The brownies look good. Are they better than the cookies?
Yes.
That's the real question.
There's a flag down, and that's going to be a hold, I do believe.
Roberts' pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
That flag came out very quickly, so generally when you see it thrown in that area, ends up being a holding penalty, and it is.
73, 10-yard penalty.
They got Chris Schletz, the guard, there for Rose-Hulman.
Not a very, penalty-heavy team is Rose-Hulman. Through 5 games, they've been penalized
Bring up second down
37 times.
The
so they're averaging just about 6 to 7 per game. They only have 3, I believe, this afternoon.
Second down and long, trips left, hash mark right, handoff. Again, we'll go to Shelton, and nothing to the outside. He gets dropped. And he may lose a yard or so, maybe a little bit more on that carry. And now it's going to be third and really long. They have to get to the 48-yard line for a first down. We'll put it at the 29.
Third down and 19 for the Engineers.
This is where you got to be. Your defense has to be stout, especially in the secondary. Everybody has to do their job. With Tice Salio, he's one-on-one this near side, and the rest of the weapons are towards the top.
A little handoff up the middle. The play looked like it was going to go to the right. But then the running back took the football up the middle, and the carry again, Jay Smith. But he's way short of the first down marker. And it's going to be fourth down.
Fourth down.
Well, the offensive unit hasn't come off the field yet, though. There's the special teams. Here they come, and the Fighting Engineers will give up the football.
Down and shorter, gotta go. Down and shorter, gotta go. Down and shorter. Red.
Looks like Griesach is the deep man there for
And you
Bluffton.
can see what was happening there. Late guy running on. The gunner was wide open, and Rose could have thrown it out there, and that forces Bluffton to use a timeout.
We'll take a timeout as well. 41-7, Rose-Hulman with the lead.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
So after the quick timeout, Rose-Hulman will punt the football away here on 4th down. It'll be Behringer is actually the deep man inside his own 25-yard line. That will take a roll there for Rose-Hulman inside the 15. They'll down it at the 14-yard line, and that's where Bluffton will take over 1st and 10.
The Engineers down the ball at the
Really good punt by Andrew Toller.
Down at 10 Beavers.
He doesn't get out on the field too often. That's only his second punt this afternoon.
By the way, Rose today with the 41-point performance, 3 straight now to start the conference. They had 45 against Anderson, 48 against Manchester, and so far 41 here this afternoon. And Bork will stand at quarterback. They'll run it over the right side. Big run by Malik Tucker. He'll get a first down run to the 25-yard line.
And now making the Beaver first down.
Bork has done a nice job running the offense since he's been in the ball game here in the second half. Play action. Now we'll throw to the near side, and it is caught as Behringer will stay inbounds. And looks like we may have a flag down again, and it's going to go against Bluffton.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, offense, number 78.
I'm always impressed by
First down.
when the referees are able to catch penalties like that with the offensive lineman getting too far down the field. And that play looked like it was supposed to be a quick hitter too, so it's one of those things like, well, if you think the quarterback already has the ball out of his hands and he's trying to throw it near side to Behringer, well, if he double pumps and now you're in a bad spot and you're getting pushed back 5 yards.
Might be because Warfield is the biggest target out there, perhaps at 6'6". Another run over the right side by Tucker. Maybe that's how they spotted him. I mean, of all the linemen, he's 6'6". The other ones are 5'11", 6'2", and 6'3".
Tucker with back-to-back 10-yard carries, and now this is something I wanted to see a little bit more of in the second half, was this hurry-up offense.
That ball jarred loose. That was Rashard Brown, the free safety, to knock it away.
Third down and 5.
So now you're looking at a 3rd down and 5 for Bluffton.
Yeah, bad blocking by Behringer. Brown has been making plays all game, and if he's locked up, if he has that block made, you could see Bluffton making yardage downfield and getting a first.
Rose showing blitz right here. Will they come? They're coming after him, and the ball thrown short. He went down hard. Speaking of Bork, he got hit immediately. Pass was intended for Cummings, but the pressure too much. And the Beavers will have to give up the football here on 4th down.
I don't know if that was just miscommunication on the route, but Bork made the right decision to get it out of his hands quickly. But his guy, Cummings, he wasn't looking for it. I don't know if that was something that they, you look at the coverage, and as a quarterback and receiver, I don't know if you're just telling yourself, like, through your mind, like, hey, like, they're in this, we got to throw this quicker. But Bork and Cummings not knowing which way to go with that.
That one took a Beavers bounce, and a very dangerous play right there for Hobbs, and he's able to hold on to the football, and Rose-Hulman will get it back. And there is a flag way back at the 29-yard line.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So the Beavers will get the benefit of the penalty, and they'll keep the football.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of stuff go their way, but there's something. Brand new set of downs. Now Bork can forget about that pass attempt with Cummings and just try to put together a solid drive. Bork hasn't looked terrible in these couple of possessions that he's been out there to start this second half. I don't know if we'll see Ryan at all for the duration of this game.
Mark the football just across the 35-yard line. Here they come again from the outside and cutting to the near side. Tucker, big run into Rose-Hulman territory. He's a little shaken up, but he got all the way down to the 40-yard line. A great run there by Tucker.
Yeah, watch this cutback. Starting left, and there's the vision we talked about. He sees that hole. And a lot of speed from Tucker, too.
Yeah, once that outside linebacker had stepped up, Tucker did a nice job not only in the cutback, but see that open hole, and he's again not up yet here for Bluffton. Want to remind you today's game brought to you in part by Jack Cherry Insurance Agency. We suggest you contact his team for all your insurance needs, whether it's family, car, business, or home. An insurance company to serve you. Contact them by giving them a call at 317-894-7000. Jack Cherry Insurance Agency. They continue to check on Malik Tucker. He is up and will be heading to the sideline, so it appears he is okay. We've seen some pretty good running backs in the conference this year. Tucker 6th coming in rushing. Should say he is a senior. Here is Stoner, another one, breaks a tackle, but then he's going to go down. He may get a yard out of this one. He might have been thrown for a loss other than a missed tackle.
Rose only had 10 guys out on the field, too, when that play started. They ran a guy on just as the snap came in. Hopefully Tucker's okay and we'll see him back out there at some point, but it is nice to have a guy like Stoner as your backup.
Cummings in motion right to left, Bork to throw, and I'm not sure if it was Behringer. It looked like he was the closest target, but it falls incomplete. And by the way, Tucker back into the lineup.
It wasn't a terrible route either. Behringer was going to break towards the middle of the field. I don't know if Bork thought he was going to cut it more across the field down the line, but Behringer took it more as a post route. And now he'll move to the opposite side in the slot on third down.
So now Bork will have 4 receivers in the lineup. And they're going to run it over the left side. There's Tucker again. Tucker 25, 20 to the outside. Still in his feed, in for the score from 39 yards out.
How about that? Tucker goes out. He was banged up actually on the field for a while. Look at this hole, too. A couple linemen getting into the second level. Not very good angles either from some of the members of the secondary, and Tucker makes him pay for it. Longest play of the day, I think, overall, passing or rushing, 39 yards from Tucker.
So now the extra point attempt by Baumgartner. And the kick is good. Rose-Hulman leads it 41-14.
Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. You know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year, all sorts of sports. Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably can help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back here at Bluffton, you see the scores. We're coming to the close of period number 3, but nice run. In fact, one of the better runs of the day, and the touchdown after he came back from the injury, that was impressive. Here he will be deep as Baumgartner approaches the football, kind of pooches this one to the near side. It'll be an up back, and that'll be Shelton. Shelton going all the way to the far side, 30, 35, 40. He's at midfield up the right sideline. He can't stay in bounds, but a nice return by Lance Shelton, and Rose-Hulman has excellent field position to start the drive.
Man, it's so pretty. You have a bird's eye view like we do up here, and you see that whole kickoff return develop. It's kickoff return right the whole way. Look at how many guys are in front of Shelton running this football. Getting downfield, even one guy who was well out in front, but just well executed special teams all day, really, from Rose-Hulman. They start things off with a bang on the kickoff return from Hobbs, and they still have been putting together really good returns.
Robertson will hand it off, and it's Jay Smith on the carry. He'll get about 3.
Smith, the ball carrier, pick up about 3 on the play. Bring up second down.
Football will be placed at the 35-yard line. I don't think they'll get another play off before we end the third quarter, and that's going to do it for period number 3. As we head to the fourth, it's Rose-Hulman 41, Bluffton 14.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Fourth quarter action here on IndianaSRN and HCAC TV. As you see, Rose-Hulman with the football, second down. Robertson, plenty of time to throw, gets hit as he puts this one in the air, has a man deep in the end zone. There's a flag. Pass was intended for Hobbs, and the flag came out. We'll hopefully get another look at it here in a moment, but the penalty will go against Bluffton. Take a look at this one.
Robertson takes a big hit on the throw. which may have affected a couple extra yards getting down there to Hobbs. He had to come back for it, and that's what ended up being forcing the referees to throw the pass interference flag. Bluffton side doesn't like it. It was awfully close. I think they might have a little bit of an argument. It's such a hard play to make as a DB when the ball's underthrown, which is not on you, and then still the offense gets rewarded for it.
So the penalty will move the football to the 20-yard line. And the automatic first down, man in motion left to right. Handoff will be once again to Smith. Finds a nice hole over the left side. Gets about 7 on the carry. At the 5-minute mark, we'll be announcing the player of the game. Second down now for the Fine Engineers.
We'll get to see Sean back out on the field, on the sideline, making his way. Making the delivery.
Smith on the carry again, and he will not make the first down marker, maybe a yard shy. And we're just hoping he doesn't do what he did, well, at that other school we weren't supposed to mention, where he ends up eating all the cookies.
Smith, the ball carrier, brings up
or was that at Franklin?
That was at Franklin.
Oh, I thought it was both, actually.
He didn't bother to want to share with us either.
So we're at third down and short. Smith will get the carry again, and he's going to fall ahead. There's a flag down right at the ball carrier, Smith.
Kind of a high give, too, from Robertson, and that may have slowed Smith down at half a step.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense. Number 7. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
Grisak on the call there, the tight end. Haven't called his name much today.
No, we haven't. I was just about to say that. He is a senior.
That'll bring up Engineer third down.
One of the upperclassmen, which is actually, it's all upperclassmen, all their skill guys. Hury and Hobbs are juniors, but everybody else out there that has a potential to have a catch from Robertson, they are seniors.
Trips left, single setback. Robinson to throw, goes down the middle, has a man wide open, ball caught, touchdown Hobbs. And just like that, after the penalty, Hobbs gets open and scores another 6. What a day right now for Jalen Hobbs.
7 catches for Hobbs. They ran this play earlier, too. Robertson looking to the left side of the field. They started 3 receivers to that left side. So, all of the open field is to the right. And with Robertson using his eyes to move some pieces around in that secondary, Hobbs runs that deep crossing route again, which they had a big catch when they ran that play not too long ago for 32 yards. That one goes for 26 and another score.
Rayberg on the extra point, 48-14, Rose-Hulman.
Rose-Hulman, 48 plus.
Period number 4 as Rose-Hulman continues to put points on the board here in conference play. As they put another 48 this week, and right now continues to be the leading scoring team in the conference through the first 3 games.
He scored 48 last week, too. against Manchester. Actually, the final score was 48-14 against Manchester.
Back deep for the Beavers, coming.
I mean, we could end up waiting until that 5-minute mark to announce the player of the game, but I'm sure it's no surprise after what just happened.
Yeah, I think we might have to let the cat out of the bag here. Hobbs, I think, has the inside track now for the most valuable player of the game. Kick inside the 15-yard line. It'll be Cummings to the outside. And he gets across the 35 out near the 37-yard line. It'll be first down for Bluffton.
Well, back to the touchdown. You see that 3-receiver set to the left.
And first down.
Robertson knows where he's going with the football. The other 2 receivers on that side are just going down the field, trying to take DBs with him. And Hobbs' speed is just unmatched. So you just wait until that whole route develops. You throw it to a spot, and you're golden.
Bork back in. He's been in the second half for the Beavers. So they'll have it first down. Football again at the 37-yard line. Bork will hand off left side. It'll be Tucker. Short gain, maybe a yard and a half or so. Not much on their carry.
Tucker, the ball carrier, pick up about 2 on the play.
So I know we're supposed to wait to the 5-minute mark, but do you think it's going to be Jalen Hobbs or anybody else in the running, or are you just going to?
Unless we have another 14-second segment like how this game started, and someone does something absurd.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a day, hasn't he? He will have a good bus ride home. Bork to throw, and overthrows his intended receiver, Andre Price. T.J. McCray there on coverage.
Price has had a quiet second half, really a quiet game altogether. 3 catches in the first half. These DBs deserve a lot of credit for Rose-Hulman. What they were able to do, picking off Ryan 3 times. Now Bork has had 4 straight incompletions.
Cale Lee back in, one of the 2 receivers to the near side. Stepping up Bork, going for Lee, knocked away and almost intercepted. He was tipped by McCray. And then Adam Field almost got the INT.
Boy, that was almost a spectacular play. McKay is in no position to pick it off. Good step up by Bork, and pretty good coverage all around by McKay, and nearly was able to get the assist.
Boy, another penalty against Bluffton. They'll decline the penalty, so it's going to be 4th and long, and Bluffton will have to give up the football. So it will be Rose-Hulman getting the ball back here in this 4th quarter. Eli Silva is deep now for Rose-Hulman. And once he catches, he goes down immediately. It's a good special teams play for the Beavers. Don't forget, if you like what you see, you can let us know. Email us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. If you'd like to help get more student-athletes on the air, you can go to our website, IndianaSRN.org, hit the donate button on the screen. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. And by the way, Jack's Donuts on board as well. We could use some of that right now. Jack's Donuts has great donuts made and served fresh every day, plus great tasting coffee. Make sure you stop by Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street, or a Jack's in your neighborhood. Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN. So Rose will run the football to the 29-yard line. On the carry, Ruperta. You would think that with Jack's being the official donut of IndianaSRN, they would send some with us. Give us a
that's
couple
a good
of.
idea. I mean,
shouldn't there be a better way to taste test them than on the road like we are?
Think of another 2 for the engineer.
Then we can think about home and warm donuts.
We had some hot chocolate earlier too. Bluffton had that in store for us. Now that it's that time of year again, combined donuts and hot chocolate, can't go wrong.
Make sure to thank Debbie Myers for the brownies. It's going to be 3rd down for Rose. Ball thrown out in the flat. Ball is going to be caught. It's going to be a first down. That is Heary on the reception. And again, we want to thank Debbie Myers for the excellent football-shaped brownies. You know, there's a little special love when they're shaped like that.
Special indeed. Switched it up this week, too. Going away from the cookies, which were terrific.
But you can't be brownies.
Mm-mm.
By the way, Rick Easterwood is in the lineup, the new quarterback for Rose-Hulman, 6'3", 205, and a junior. He's thrown for 205 yards in limited time this year. Right now they want to keep that clock moving.
And that means Robertson's day is done, and he's going to finish with a very impressive 19 of 24 for just shy of 300 yards passing.
Big-time collision. Ruperta on the carry around the left side. We'll get it to about the 43-yard line, just shy of the 43. So we will call it third down. Look at about third down at about 4. Easterwood will roll to his right, puts it in the air, and it's picked off. Bad throw, and it cost him.
Apiage with the interception.
Apiage, Dominic, Ponsacala, Ohio, and Easterwood just never saw him. He was waiting he could see one defender, waiting for his guy to get open, but he didn't know Apiaga was just waiting in the background to pounce.
So the Beavers will get the football back. Bork will have Cummings as the lone receiver to the right side, single receiver near side as well. And it looks like Stoner in as the lone setback, football at the Rose-Hulman 45-yard line. Stoner gets the call, puts his head down. Flag comes from behind after a gain of about a yard. And it's going to go against Bluffton. The reaction of Bork could tell you that, his body language on that play.
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty.
They got Nelson, the guard, on the penalty. I wish they did it in high school. They would identify the guy who holds, you know, when you want everybody to be pointed out.
No mercy at any level, doesn't matter.
You got that right. You make a mistake, we all want to know about it. Football back to the 45. So now the Beavers will have it 1st and 20. They'd have to get to the 35 of Rose. Handoff Stoner, sweep around the left side, gets a couple of yards back on that carry, does stay in bounds.
Stoner, the ball carrier.
Next week, as we mentioned, we have a couple of games on tap. Except you won't be here. You're doing soccer, right?
I get the pleasure of doing soccer with Chuck.
All right.
Next Saturday at Seymour, which is the complete opposite direction of where we came from earlier this morning.
Yes, it is. You have 3 games that day, right?
Mm-hmm, we sure do.
Be a long day. Bork to throw down the middle, picked off at the 32-yard line. And a return midfield, and finally brought down here on the near side. And the interception by Adam Field, the backup free safety there for Rose. Take another look at this one.
This is, all 4 interceptions have just been DBs flying into the picture and timing everything perfectly. Field has an interception now. There's 2 from Tice Miller. Roberts had the pick 6 on the very first offensive play of the day. Such a ball-hawking secondary from Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, those safeties do a nice job, don't they? So Rose will get the football back. Easterwood, I believe, will stay in at quarterback, and the handoff over the left side gains about 3. Probably see some new players coming in. Now for Rose. That was Josh Pearson out of Columbus, Ohio, just a freshman, 5'9" and 185 pounds. Pearson will stay in the lineup. Also in, looks like John Ruska in the ball game now. He is a tight end out of Valparaiso. And he's the man in motion to reset to the left side. They'll look to run it over the left side again. That'll be Pearson on the carry to the 36-yard line.
Pearson, the ball carrier. Bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Engineers.
Well, for Rose-Hulman, your idea now is just to get out of this, make sure nobody gets injured the rest of the way. You'll move to 3-0 in conference play after the rough start. They played, as we heard the coach tell us earlier, some very good football teams. Easterwood to throw, steps up in the pocket, and he'll go down right at about the line of scrimmage.
Easterwood keeps the ball.
You know, it's kind of interesting. You look at the schedule for Rose-Hulman, and they start off the season with such competition outside the conference, and then they're 3 games after that, Anderson, Manchester, and Bluffton. You know, all those teams now winless in the conference, teams that struggle to prevent the opposition from scoring, and Rose is putting a lot of points up on them in this one, incomplete pass. But, you know, they have the beginning of the season's tough, the middle of it is, you know, the bottom part of the conference, and then towards the end, you know, you're going to play Hanover, you're going to play Franklin, and then Mount St. Joseph. They are. It's just interesting, just seeing, you know, how you go from that. Like, how does a team go from playing such good teams, and then it's tough, or then it's the bottom part of the conference, and then you have to be playing your best football by the end of the season. That way you can play for a conference championship.
You know, I think I kind of like that, if that's the way it goes, because you've gained not only experience playing those good teams, but then you come in with a lot of confidence with those final 3 games because of the points you're able to put up and able to run a lot of different things on offense. So I think I kind of like that. So it will be Bluffton football, and they'll run it on 1st down. And we could see a whole bevy of new players coming in here at the end of this one. So after a gain of about 3, it'll be 2nd down and 7. Looks like Caroma in the ball game, number 28, and this will be Andre Price on the catch, and down to about the 49 of Rose-Hulman.
Those plays have been there really all day. I mean, Price, I think all of his catches, the DBs are starting 7 to 8 yards off, and I think of Price's 4 catches, that's his first of the second half, but most of them, if not all of them, have been just comeback routes where you're running hard at the DB and you're putting on a good break, and then Bork has the good timing to hook up with you.
So 1st down, Bork near sideline and just out of the reach of Price. And it falls incomplete.
Bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Beavers.
Next week, Bluffton will be at Manchester, and Rose-Hulman will have one of their first tough games that we talked about, although they will be at home taking on Franklin. And we saw how good the Grizzlies offense was last week with Kai Ross and Garrett Cora in the backfield.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch. Over the right side, taking a big hit there is Malik Tucker. They'll give him 3 on the carry. Put him down at the 46-yard line.
3rd down and 7 for the Beavers.
Boy, looked like he got more into that run.
Let's go, Bluffton fans, fired up. Let's get
So big 3rd and 7 here for the Beavers. Have to get to the 39-yard line for the first down. Bork and overthrows his intended receiver as that'll fall incomplete.
And it was there too. It was the right read by Bork. They're going to send the punting unit out there, and Bork wants to stay out there with the rest of the offense. He had his man. He just overthrows him by a yard.
Yeah, he'd love to have that one back.
Good first step too from the receiver. He was trying to hook up with C.J. Thompson.
Baumgartner in the point for the Beavers.
So the Beavers will give up the football. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this one. End over end kick, and a fair catch will be called at the 14-yard line, and that's where we got another flag down away from the fair catch. So now we'll have to sort this one out. Waiting to hear from the official on the call as the penalty flag may be.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team, number 57.
So that went against Rose-Hulman. And so the penalty will back them up even further after the fair catch at the 14-yard line. By the way, now that we're at the 5-minute mark.
Close enough, right? Yeah.
5:04, I guess we don't have to be exact, and I believe that you can give us his numbers. Jalen Hobbs named the player of the game. What kind of day did he have?
Well, the first half was terrific for Hobbs. He had 6 catches, and he actually had 100 yards receiving by halftime. Had the kickoff return to start off the game, and had a 50-yard reception in the first quarter. That was the 3rd touchdown for Rose-Hulman. But his final number, 7 catches, 133 yards unofficially, and 3 total touchdowns. Sean mentioned his speed in the pregame and how big of a weapon he is, not just in football but also in track.
Second down here for Rose-Hulman. They'll run it to the 14-yard line, which that would have been the line of scrimmage if they hadn't gotten the penalty. So again, congratulations to Jalen Hobbs, the player of the game, and we will take a look. Here is his final score of the day.
Third down.
This play worked twice for Hobbs. Just so speedy. It kind of looks like a Rondale Moore type, too. He's got the number 4 working for him. He's got that build. He's got the speed. Hopefully he can stay just as healthy as Rondale Moore has been for the Cardinals.
Third down now for Rose-Hulman as they'll run the football once again, and I don't think they're going to get there. About 2 yards shy of a first down. Looks like there's, in fact, an entire offensive line looks like it has been replaced by Rose as they've gone to their second unit. Page, Pearson, Gibson, as well as Schlitz and Spradlin all out.
Brings up an engineer 4th and 2.
They're going to keep the offense. No, they're not. they do like to wait till the last second because Bluffton also has to make the mass movement of their punt return team being out there.
So deep will be Behringer once again, standing inside his own 45-yard line. The line drive kick should take a pretty decent bounce, and it will, as it now dies right at the 45. And so Bluffton will get the football back.
Beaver 45-yard line. That'll bring up Beaver first down and 10.
The Beavers will bring Bork back out for what might be their final possession of this one here this afternoon. You know, it's surprising. I know that a few fans have left, but quite a few have hung around here today.
Yeah, one of the colder days that we have seen so far, and people are sticking around for the rest of homecoming.
We'll look to run the football here on the near side.
I couldn't believe our cameraman Joel was wearing shorts over here, and I mean maybe he is a little bit younger than we both are, but I think we've reached that point of the year where it's you could throw shorts out the window.
By the way, looked like that might have been Eric Smith on the carry. The throw near side, ball caught, still on his feet, and then finally driven out of bounds.
That's C.J. Thompson, and he's been in on the special teams game, but gets his first catch right here. This is a really well-thrown ball, one-on-one, and with that throw from Bork, even though he was looking Thompson the whole way, he threw it just in time to where the safety couldn't come over for help.
Thompson again out of Park Tudor. I think Rose, we got a timeout on the field. By the way, I want to remind you that sportsmanship is the fair and generous behavior or treatment of others. Don't forget to tell Sean that when we get back in the van. Be a good sport. Respect our coaches, players, officials, and fans. IndianaSRN and the Indiana State Officials Association know sportsmanship begins with you. Let's take a look at what we have coming up here on IndianaSRN. Of course, that'll be next week. Anderson and Defiance. Kickoff time at 1:30. And then, of course, this is volleyball action, I believe. Transylvania is at Anderson on that Sunday, yeah. Yeah, I get to go there, too. Throw near side, and the ball will be caught. Once again, C.J. Thompson on the reception, just a freshman.
Your whole weekend next week is just filled with Anderson sports.
Tell you what, wait till I see my agent. 2 days in a row I got to work.
On the weekend?
On the weekend.
On a Sunday? Don't they know the Packers are playing on Sunday?
They will, eventually. This one lofted toward the end zone, and did Behringer make the catch? He did. Touchdown, Bluffton.
Behringer with a catch. Touchdown,
Ethan Behringer.
Really well-thrown ball by Bork. It's just one-on-one man coverage the whole entire way. Behringer actually in the slot, so they run the underneath route to make sure the corner can't come over and help, and then the DB just can never look back. It's right over the shoulder, too, and it's just perfectly well-thrown ball by Bork.
So now the extra point. Baumgartner back in the lineup. Flags come out. And it'll be against Bluffton, so the extra point will be moved back 5 yards. Mount St. Joseph and Hanover coming up next Saturday. I noticed that Sean and I, they don't send us there. Keith gets that assignment.
Yeah, I thought he was done working. I thought he gave everything up. He was just he's a consultant now.
And the extra point attempt will be blocked. As Behringer tried to pick it up and get into the end zone, but the extra point is no good. Rose-Hulman leading it 48-20.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
So after the failed extra point attempt, Rose will get it back at just over a minute remaining in this one. Yeah, I gotta work twice, Saturday, Sunday. You only work Saturday, but you work all day. I mean, that's a long day for you, isn't it? I mean, 3 soccer games?
Right. And they're, I can't even remember if they're 80 minutes or 90 minutes apiece.
Yeah, I think they're 90, 45 a half.
45 and a half,
probably.
yeah.
Well, maybe only 40. Is this high school or college?
This is high school.
Oh, I think it's only 40.
It is 40. You're right, yeah.
It's semi-state, though, so it's exciting.
So 80 minutes times 3, 240 minutes of gameplay.
But I'm sure he'd be fed well.
Yes, and it'll be good competition, too.
Yes.
Semi-state.
That one sails into the end zone for the touchback.
Bumgarner's kick is into the end zone. Touchback.
Making the trip down to Seymour, we learned Rose-Hulman, they split up their trip up here. They actually stopped in Fort Wayne over the night. And I don't know if they're going to do that again tonight when they head back to Terre Haute, but it is a lengthy drive for the Fighting Engineers.
Well, when we go to that school I'm not supposed to mention when we're in Bluffton, we'll say hi to everybody up there for you. I'm sure Sean is excited about it as well. Rose is going to kneel on the football a couple of times here and run out the remainder of the clock and put this one in the books officially for the afternoon. Sean is downstairs someplace getting ready for the presentation of the award to the player of the game. If we can find him, we'll see if we can get a camera on him. We did, I think, down at Franklin, but they all went inside and left him behind. So I think he's going to catch the Fighting Engineers before they're going to sing the school song to the fans, and then they're going to be able to present the award at that time. Which are they the Shape Brownies too, like we got?
I believe so. Yeah.
Now, there's not enough to share with the entire team, so Hobbs is going to have to be pretty selective on who he is going to give that those extra brownies to, but that's going to do it as Rose-Hulman wins it today, 48-20. They jumped out to a very, very, very quick 14-0 lead, and they really set the tone from there. And with that win, and a big conference win, the Fighting Engineers now 3-0 in conference play. They're now 3-3 overall. And they got a heck of a ball game today from our player of the game. And we had named Jalen Hobbs our player of the game, and certainly you talked about his numbers earlier, but you know, he makes it look so easy because of his speed. And you have Daniel Heary, who's another guy that is a great complementary with Hobbs, and then Taisa Saliu, another guy that can really, they just got so many different weapons.
Yeah, they really do. We thought last week, you know, watching Franklin and how good their offense looked against Anderson and all their weapons, but I mean, there's a lot of good teams with some three-headed monsters at their repertoire. And in the receiving game alone, it's a three-headed monster with Hury, Hobbs, and Ty Saliu. All three of those guys had a terrific game. Ty Saliu scored twice, too. That was kind of easily overlooked. He had 4 catches for 126 yards.
Wow. Which,
if I could do quick math, that's about 31 yards per catch. He had a terrific game. It is kind of overlooked with just how explosive and fun to watch Jalen Hobbs is. He is just so hard to to handle, to keep in wraps. You can compare him to just about anybody. We compared him to Tyreek Hill, Rondale Moore. He just has that it factor about him. And there he is in the back. You see him, number 4. He's going to soon get a nice sweet treat from our own Sean Kroll after they get done singing the fight song.
So with the win, as we mentioned, Rose, they have, again, a big matchup coming up next week. And you talked about their final 3 games and really how difficult that schedule will get the rest of the way, because they'll play all the teams in the top half of the conference. And Bluffton, that's a winnable game. If they play well over at Manchester, they could get a win there, but they got to defensively shore up a couple of things. And when they get into the red zone or close to the red zone, they got to score.
Right, and, defensively, right, they gave up so many points. They gave up 48, but the start was crucial, too, because Rose-Hulman, a little over 5 minutes into the game, had already scored 21 points.
Yeah.
And a 20-point hole is really tough to come out of. You would prefer it be earlier in the game so you have more time to come back, but with just how crazy good offensively Rose-Hulman is and how just sound and disciplined they are, that is a hole that is going to feel like a 40-point hole if you're down 3 scores. So Rose has a tough matchup next week. 2 high-powered offenses that are both extremely balanced, Rose-Hulman and Franklin. And for Bluffton, like you said, going on the road to Manchester, hopefully they can get a win, but it has to start with good defensive play and an overall just good start to the game.
There's Sean. He'll make the presentation. Looks like he'll be heading back to the locker room. We want to wrap it up here this afternoon. And again, don't forget to join us. Doubleheader action next week. And then, of course, we'll have volleyball as well coming up on Sunday. For the entire crew here this afternoon, an excellent job as always. Thanks for the hospitality from the entire staff also here at Bluffton University as Rose-Hulman picks up the victory. They win it by a final of 48-20. This has been the Game of the Week right here on IndianaSRN and HCAC TV.